Hello? Game capture? Hello? Windowed, skipping. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. How is the sizing? About the same as Dreambound. That's good. Okay. Voice acting on, streamer mode on, because... Yes. That's why I'm in the settings. I did read ahead, and I was, like, gathering CGs, and I'm like, oh. Oh, there are full-on uncensored spicy scenes, so, yeah. So then I looked, okay, is this safe to stream? And yes, because there's the streamer mode. So I think it, oh god, what's the word? Mosaics? Yeah. And it's voice mostly, so most of the time. Minimum speaking. Oh, nice. I mean, do you, like, have all the CGs? Because Bacardi gave me a folder of a bunch of CGs for Dreambound. If you have a folder of CGs for this game, I collected a bunch of screenshots off the, like, screenshot section in the community hub for Steam for this game. So, yeah. I mean, if you got that, I'll take it for sure, for sure. Ooh, nice. I'll turn down the background music just a little bit. Voice volume, stay up. Text speed up. All messages after choices, voice acting on. Text box opacity. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And just double checking everything. Yep, okay. So before we get started, actually, I'm going to take just a quick bio break because it has been 6 hours and like 20 minutes. So, I'm not sure who I'm going to romance for this game. Who did you romance? Let me know in the comments who you romanced while I go on a little bio break. And you can check out my new BRB Screen. It has a random clip player on it too, so it's not just like sitting on a screen. You get to watch something. Fun. I will see who that is. Okay, to be right back. This is crucial content.
It's for your own good.
Get in the bathtub, bitch. You stinky bitch. You awake now? Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Who is that? Nope. I'm here, something or other. Ooh, stairs. Get me the fuck out of here. Yes. Oh my god. I've never been so scared of an old lady in my life. Then what do you want? Should I beg? I can do it. I can get on my knees. I can beg. I can hurt. Ah. Holy shit. So no head?
It's a start.
Oh, I immediately died. Great place to go into a fucking ad. Non-subscribers didn't see me fail horribly. For good luck on your big work day tomorrow, this one is for you. This isn't how this is supposed to go. This one works fine, at least. Oh boy. What the fuck was that sound? Huh? Oh my god, oh my fucking god. I'm going to shit myself. No, please. Does she like see me through the glass and then break it? Don't shit in the closet. I might have to. I don't think I'll ever be able to leave the closet, so I'm just gonna shit in that little corner over there and call it good. Oh my god. Oh. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll pause that for a second. Vibe. Wait, proposed assignment? Hold on. What did that say? Oh, propose a planned assignment. I just want to propose to him. Propose the shit out of this guy. Simon! Hey, Simon. Give me your hand. I'm gonna put a ring on it. Yep, here we go.
Try not to fall to your death.
Oh god. An egg. Eat to permanently raise defense slightly. It's still warm. Gross. Am I just gonna crack it open and slurp that sucker down? I mean, it's permanent, so I might as well. Eat. Use. There you go. Okay, calm down. Also, money. Umasukiru. Bro, chill. That's how you get salmonella. Wait, I just want to see it one more time. Sorry. I'm very good at dodging and piercing. You don't say. Well, why don't you show me? I return. Alright. I'll go get my laptop and go get the pics. Awesome. Appreciate it very, very much. Because while the screenshots on Steam are pretty decent quality, when Bacardi sent me their folder of CGs, they were like way better quality. So the CGs that come directly from the game are always going to be way better quality. So I'm excited for that. Plus there might be a bunch in there that I didn't collect. Because again, all I got was whatever was off Steam. So. Curious that this game doesn't have a category on Twitch for some reason. Maybe in Firebot? What is the Divine Speaker at Bounty's First Christmas? Isn't that the DLC? Should I just do that one? I guess. It's not exactly what it is, but at least it's like within the same ballpark. Let me just double check here. The Divine Speaker. What was it? Bounty Hunters First Christmas? Was that it? Yeah, okay, so yes, that is DLC, I believe. Yeah, it's only $5.99. I should get that next time. I wish we could do all the spicy stuff on stream. That sucks. I did make a Picarto streaming account, because I know you can do NSW like stuff on there, even games. So I was thinking about that, but I don't know. Also, I just realized I can get rid of the Dreambound guide for the Divine Speaker guide, which I also saved last night, or this morning, in preparation. It's important to note that routes have changed since the patch. Bad endings are now activated a lot earlier than previously. There's an official guide. There's an official guide by the devs with more correct answers. There is? Where? Included with the art book DLC. Please consider supporting them by purchasing that as a thanks if this guide helps you. Okay. Wait, who's Fawn? Huh, I see you popping into the Divine Speaker. Nice. I think the one I was looking at was Leos, the red-haired dude. Is Fawn the white-haired dude? Fawn. Yeah. It was really cute and had some cute CGIs. But I was thinking Leos. You're hacking the database. Getting those photos, that I'm getting the info right off the server. The assassin, yeah. Kind of looked like, and of course this is just based off seeing images, so I have no idea what their actual personalities are like. But he looks like he's gonna be a bit of a bitch in the beginning, which is fine by me, because he definitely looks like he gets better. I'm just reading through the little beginning part of this guide before we get started. You have until the end of Ash's shop to woo the character you want to romance. At the end of this arc, you will be locked into a route of the character you scored highest with. Each character's romance has 2 routes, the good end and the bad end. Once you locked into a romance route, your previous score before the route unlocked does not matter. And going forward, your options within the route are the only things that determine the ending. It's entirely by my own personal opinion, but I believe the ideal first placer route would be Leo's route. It's the route I want to go anyway, so okay. Whilst trying your best to unlock the 2 secret side romances along with it. Secret side romances? I know there's also... Is it a sequel? The Divine Speaker, the Sun and the Moon or something like that? Where it's like, I guess it's more like a prequel, because it looked like it was back in the past for this guy right here. And I think our main character's older brother? Again, I'm just basing this off of pictures I saw, but it looked like an older brother character. Which I was like, ooh. That's like a side pairing thing that I always enjoy. If there's a side pairing that's a bit older than the main pairing in a BL manga or manhwa, I'm always kind of like, that's where my eyes go. Zoom. Oh, by all means, don't spoil anything. I'm just gonna. I always have to theorize. I got my theories. I got my conspiracy board with the red strings on it, and I just go fucking batshit. Good. You can also solve the Oxabor mystery with as little or as much evidence as you like. There's no secret requirement, no minimum amount of investigation, no key evidence, and no correct order to do it in. So, the only thing I would like to ask and possibly get an answer, it says 2 secret side romances along with it. So are those romances besides Fawn and Scene? I assume that's the blonde guy with like the tan complexion. So are there 2 more romances besides them, or are those the quote-unquote 2 side romances? They don't seem very secret. Okay, well, now I'm curious. If you don't know... Interesting. Okay. As Leo's connects to the main plot and the two side romances the best, largely due to the fact that he is also from Aurelia Cavella. Sure. I'm sure I'll find out what that is eventually. More options are fairly linear and self-explanatory, at least until you get to their route, with some choices literally being, I'll go after pick your romance. All common CGs are gained from the main plot and will happen regardless of who you choose to romance. However, some CGs will be in character-oriented parts, for example, sleeping with Fawn or Leos. Yeah, I kind of figured that when I was going through CGs and there'd be like a similar scene but a different character in it. Oh, that might be it. Okay. Oh yeah, I did see like a green-haired dude and a pink-haired dude. CGs of them kissing. And I was like, oh, who's that? So yeah, okay, that would make sense. Maybe the other secret one is the... But I was pretty sure that was the DLC. Yeah. We'll find out. We'll find out. You can mix and match responses based on how you feel. You do not need to get every correct dialogue choice with each romance option to unlock their route. Therefore, you may wish to play the game once without a guide because it is arguably easier than some other dating sims. Nah, I'm still gonna go guide. Just to be absolutely sure I get the man I want. No, laptop, stop dying. We need those CGs. Come back. Start doing CPR. Find the vent in the back of the laptop. Plug the speakers and just start blowing. Start tapping on the space bar. You know, gotta do your compresses. I think you gotta do 30 of those. That's how it works. 3 to 5 blowing in, and then you do 30 compresses. I am actually CPR certified, so I don't know if that's entirely true, so I might just be like talking out my ass. Plus, I mean, doing CPR on a laptop isn't actually gonna work. I'm just being silly. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna do Leos. Probably, unless I change my mind as we play, but yeah. Okay. Let's get to it. I said start. Ooh.
The birth of a child heralds many things. Change, adaptation, confusion, but most importantly...
Yes? Do I have to click?
The judgment.
I had to click, of course.
A newly born child's first destination isn't its mother's arms, but the embrace of another.
This voice actor sounds kind of familiar.
The divine speaker. The person tasked with determining a child's destiny from the day they are born till the day they die.
That sucks. I would hate to know what I was born for and what I will die from, I guess. Leo's VA is? No. But now that you mentioned it, voice actors? Divine speaker. Who is the VA for Leos? Oh, Jonah Scott! Jonah Scott! Are you kidding me? Okay, we're definitely going down Leos's route. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. No wonder they're working with him for A Date with Death, the DLC. They already worked together. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I don't care how much of a bitch Leos might be in the beginning. I will forgive him for anything if Jonah Scott's voice is coming out of him. Oh my god. Wow, I just got super hype. Oh, I also got a soda. Need me some caffeine. Anywho.
This destiny is determined by lottery.
What?
The speaker's hand guided by the forces above, always chooses the correct fate for the correct child.
Are you kidding me? Our destiny is just determined by gotcha? Come on. RNGesus never listens to me. I'm gonna get the shit destiny right off the bat.
This judgment guides them on the path to eventually becoming the person they were always destined to be.
What have you done? Why have you done this? Why have you done this? Ace, what have you done to me? Oh my god. If I hadn't known that beforehand and then I heard him, I'd probably be freaking out just as much though. So it was only a matter of time. But this settled me in his route. So I appreciate that. I do like that this is going to be voice acted.
Could we pretty please go play outside?
Yes, thank you for not letting me luck it up. Oh boy. Luck it up. Oh, you did want me to look it up. Okay, my brain caught up with that sentence. Yes, I translated that. Are you on mobile? Because I always make fucking typos on mobile. I've said this before, but oof. Yeah, what was I saying? You're not. Not to say I don't make typos on PC, because I'll do that all the time too, but I'm just more likely to do it on mobile. But anyway, I was gonna say, I'm glad that this is gonna be mostly voice acted, because my throat be tired. It was putting in the work.
We promise to be back before it gets dark.
You look like you're 5 years old and you sound like you're 20. Oh. Is our main character not voice acting? Interesting. I get to be the main character. I quickly glanced over in the matron's direction, and she gave me a short nod. I didn't really have the authority to tell them what they could do, but that never stopped them from coming to ask me. Oh well, I don't mind. Not right now. Ooh. Will we maybe get voice acting for our main character later? Interesting. They knew I could never say no to them.
All right, but make sure to be back before sundown. And don't go anywhere close to the forest, okay?
Oh, never mind. Fuck me then. Okay. So I guess it's just like the internal dialogue. I gotcha.
Yay! Thank you, Rain! We promise we won't!
I like her name too, Rain.
But why aren't we allowed to ever play there? Can we go when we're adults?
No.
No, you can't.
I didn't expect him to just fucking say that either.
But why? It's not fair.
It's not fair. Shut the fuck up. I let out a sigh, but felt a small smile rising to my face. I couldn't help chuckling at their curiosity. They would ask the same question every time they wanted to go out and play.
Come over here and I'll explain it to you.
Probably for like the billionth time. I walked over to the table at the far end of the hall. The top was littered with paper, children's books, and pencils. Buried among them was a map. Oh boy.
Look closely at this map while I explain. Our home, Aurelia Cavella, is surrounded on all sides by the forest.
Hey, I said that pretty much correctly. Nice. Aurelia Cavella. So, this whole area is Aurelia Cavella. Okie dokie.
The forest is full of bad guys and dangerous animals. Do you know why?
Wait, I have another question, Ace. Oh god, the like sexy scenes? Are those voice acted too? Because, oh boy, if I hear Jonah Scott moaning in my ear, I'm gonna die. God, I'm not ready. I'm gonna pass away live on stream. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. He said yes. Oh boy. You don't know. Did you never get the spicy scenes? What? Okay, we gotta speed run to get to a spicy scene before Ace gets to a spicy scene. We'll find out together. The forest is full of bad guys, huh?
Because the divine beings don't protect the outside land.
Why do you suddenly sound like you're 30 years old? His balls just dropped. Jesus Christ.
That's right. The beings above protect us while we are inside Aurelia Cavella. But that protection doesn't extend outside of our land.
Just have picture to cover, just in case. It did say I was supposed to mosaic the spicy scenes. Where? Also, why am I in, like, German? I'm in German stream. Or, Steam. Okay, back down. The other route. Where did I see it? Maybe it was on 2.5 Studios? Is it their itch.io? No, I think it's just their normal website. 2.5studios.com? Yeah, games. The Divine Speaker. You just double check. Why am I on Dreambound again? No. 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 Divine Speaker. Ah, balls. Okay, let me do this again. Oh, what's that? Amelie? Ooh, wait, no, they got other games I'm gonna have to check out at some point. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Why is it I click on the Divine Speaker and it opens Dreambound? Why is that? Okay, what if I click on Dreambound? Nope, still opens Dreambound. Where's the Divine Speaker? Where's the Divine Speaker? Divine Speaker. Streamer safe? Maybe it is on the itch.io page. Features. Uncensored NSFW artwork. Streamer mode. Yeah. Mosaic all NSFW CGs with the click of a button. So I assume clicking streamer mode then makes all the NSFW CGs automatically mosaic. Hopefully that's the case, otherwise I'm about to get banned. The moment a penis shows up on the screen. I'm gonna be like, oh, no, no, no. And then just start, like, making my model dance to cover the screen or something. Anyway.
No one can survive out there. That's why everyone lives here, where we can be safe and happy. I know it might seem unfair now, but you'll understand when you're older that we're just trying to protect you. There's just nothing out there to find. The forest goes on infinitely, with us right at the center.
Press X to doubt.
Everyone in the entire world lives here?
Yes, and the world is flat. And the sun revolves around us. I guess some people might find it annoying to answer the same questions every day. Not me, though. They're curious, and I can't blame them. You're far more patient than I. If I have to repeat myself, like, within a couple seconds of each other, I just get like, oh, hate it. Which is funny because I have an auditory, God, what the fuck is the word? Oh, processing disorder. There we go. Auditory processing disorder. So, I sometimes don't hear people and they gotta repeat themselves. So, it's very hypocritical of me. I don't like being that way. It's just how my body feels, how my brain feels. Like, sometimes you gotta repeat yourself, or at least wait a few seconds for my brain to then process what the fuck you just said. So then I can respond to it. But yeah, if you make me repeat myself, like, multiple times, I'm like, fucking just hear me. Ugh. I hate my brain sometimes. Sometimes, all the time. When I was their age, I asked exactly the same questions to the older kids.
That's right. That's the way it's always been.
And that's the way it will always be.
But what's this place over there? Zuras?
Is it the X over there? She pointed to a place to the north of the city with the name Azuros written underneath it on the map.
Ah, Azeros?
Or Azeros.
I don't really know much about it, but once you get old, and not old like me, I mean ancient, the divine beings in the speaker reward you for your lifetime of serving them. All the elders go to live there alone in peace and relaxation.
Why am I getting the book The Giver feelings from this? Didn't they do something to older people in that book too? Either way, I don't feel like they live there in peace and relaxation. I feel like maybe they just go there to die. Already? I don't believe it.
I hear it's pretty luxurious, but I've never been there. You can only go when you're called upon.
The kids looked up at me, obviously interested in hearing more. There just wasn't much more to say. No one really knew what it was like in there. And no one ever will because they go there to die. I'm like 90% sure. 99% sure. There's still 1% doubt, but you did say yeah, so maybe I am right. The speaker tells us about the luxuries of, how do you say it? Azeros? Azeros, and it makes us work all the more harder. And it makes us work all the more harder to one day get in there. That's all we know about it. That's a big yikes.
Now go out and play before the sun starts setting.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. They both scurried off out the door, jumping, running, and screaming the whole way. Ah, children. I don't like them. Ah, they really are cute. I'm so happy to have such a great family here. Tobias. Mia? All the others, they're like my brothers and sisters. Well, technically I don't have a real family, but they've always been more than enough. I was dumped on the side of the road as a baby and ended up here. God, not even in front of an orphanage, just like, okay, fuck this kid and toss out the window. I never knew my parents, so it's hard to be angry about it when growing up here has been so good.
Rain, may I speak with you for a moment?
Yes, mother? I looked up towards the voice that I knew so well, the matron of my orphanage, a tough woman, but caring beyond belief. She's looked after me my entire life, along with dozens of other children.
Of course, ma'am. What do you need? I hope it was okay to let the children out to play for the day.
No, it's nothing about that. I'd just like to have a chat.
Okay, not even grandmother. Or not even mother, but grandmother. What would I call that? A gilf? Yeah, she got gilf energy. She can be tough on me. What did I say in my clip for Dandy Shot? Oh, right. I like him wrinkly. Hi, Granny.
You've been with us for a long time already. I found you in the gutters about 18 years ago today.
Found you in the gutters. Oh, God. You gutter child. Has it really been that long already? It's true that I should be coming of age about now, so she probably thinks it's about time for me to be moving on. To go to Azeros and die.
Yes, it has been a long time. If you give me a few days, I'll say goodbye to the children and start packing up.
Oh, no, did we, like, age out of the orphanage system? That's so sad. It's kind of fucked up in Korea that you're considered an adult at age 20, but you age out of, like, being allowed to stay at the orphanage at age 18. So there's, like, 2 years where you're just like, what the fuck do I do? I'm not considered an adult, but I can't live at the orphanage anymore. Oof. Oof. Just being an orphan or in the foster system, any kind of, like, institution like that really sucks. They never really do it well.
What? I think you misunderstand.
She reached into her pocket and pulled out a small envelope.
This is for you. Happy birthday. Go and get yourself something nice.
Oh, she's my sugar grandmommy. My sugar Grammy. She smiled at me, so full of warmth, but it quickly changed to a scowl. She's gonna punish me.
Also, don't think you're getting out of here anytime soon. I'd go out of my mind answering those questions every day.
Oh, so I'm a slave to the children. I see how it is. That's okay. I'll be your slave. Go rat me. She pushed the envelope into my hands and walked away, brusque as ever.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
I'll head
ma'am.
out and pick up the groceries you asked me to get earlier then. Be back soon.
Yes, ma'am. The old heavy door groaned as I pushed against it. I stepped outside, breathing in the fresh air and enjoying the sunlight. Bro, even the door got voice acting. The sun was high up in the sky, and a nice breeze soared through the city. It was a beautiful day. But I couldn't help but notice that the flowers that were in full bloom yesterday were already wilting. Maybe no one watered them this morning.
Anyway,
I guess that must mean today is my birthday. It's not like I didn't realize it was coming up sometime soon, but it wasn't really at the front of my mind. It's never been a big deal to me. I looked closely at the envelope in my hands, white and simple. This is the first time I've ever been given a birthday present. All the years I've been here, and this is my first present? Oh boy. Also, I like the depth effect they got going on here. The hand closer to the camera's in focus while the one in the background's a little fuzzy. I like it. I'm scared to open it. I almost want to leave it sealed. It's kind of scary being given something out of nowhere. You sent me something in DMs? Is it images? I want to see what it is. It is images. I am curious about the one where I'm laying with both boys. I saw that CG. I saw like variants of that CG. Yeah, that's the one where they're both awake and surprised about it. But yeah. Is it possible to poly? I doubt it, but non-romance bad endings. Secret side romances. How to access the official book. Okay. Anyway. Wait a second. Leos VA CG guide? Wait, what's that? I've added the CGs to other sections and when I've found them. And here's a section for people who have already played it once and just want to know where the 3 specific new ones are. The last one on the common route. This is unlocked. What's missing in Leo's route? Okay. Anyway. Back to... Oops. Leo's routes. Okay. Ah, man. I mean, I didn't think it would, but a part of me hoped just a little bit that maybe I could get like a poly ending, even if it wasn't like a romantic one. Maybe it was just platonic or queer platonic, but okay, anyway. Curiosity was beginning to get the better of me, though. It's always been a problem of mine.
okay. 3, 2, 1,
Let's jam.
go!
I tore the seal open in one fell swoop.
Oh my. By the gods.
Oh, she really is my sugar mammy. Sugar Grammy. Mammy? Well, ma'am and Grammy. Okay, I see where my brain went there. Inside was 10 marks, which was more money than I'd had in my entire life, and a letter addressed to me.
Let's see. Dear Rain.
I don't know if I said it already or if I just said it in my brain, but I like our name. Rain? It's a good name.
Dear Rain, happy birthday, my dear. I'm sorry we couldn't afford much to give you, but I hope it's enough for you to get something you like. The kids have been saving up just for you.
The kids got me this money? Okay, kids aren't too bad after all.
From the day I found you, I've always thought of you as a son, Now that you're of age, it won't be long until you will be matched up yourself and have your own children.
Press X to doubt. Unless this is Omega-verse, that ain't gonna happen.
Until that day, please stay with us at the orphanage. Both the children and I would be lost without you.
Okay, Grammy.
I'm sure if your parents saw you now, they would be proud of you, just like I am.
I don't know about that. They did throw me into a gutter. I don't think they feel much of anything for me, let alone pride.
Yours, Matron Arala.
Arala. Arala. Oh. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry, baby boy. I couldn't stop myself. Also, oh, these are underscored. Okay. Return. Interesting. Okay. I couldn't stop myself. My eyes welled up instantly and overflowed all over the letter. The set of romances are the characters we talked about earlier, the green-haired and pink-haired, and the one with the white hair, and the one that looks like rain. Okay, okay. Lore!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Wait, what? They saved all this just for me. I can't let them down. I'll go buy something amazing to share with them. With determination, immediately I think of Undertale, I started on my way to the marketplace, envelope and money buried in my clothing. Good, I'm glad you weren't just like holding it out there for everybody to see. You're gonna get mugged that way. The markets were just past the town square. On the west side of Aurelia Cavella. I can get that right, yeah. The town square was where new children came for their judgment, and where the speaker made his proclamations.
The beings above sing praise for the contributions you have given to our humble home.
Hello? Papa? Father? God?
Likewise, they implore you to continue giving your lives over to them, for they provide you with protection from the evils lurking inside the forest.
Is this long white hair dude? It is.
Huh. Looks like the divine speaker is declaring something right now.
He's gonna out me in front of everybody. God said this one was gay. You shall all now bear witness. He was dressed head to toe in white and gold, the definition of elegance in his ceremonial gowns. His long silvery white hair reached down his back. Yeah, reached down his back neatly.
I understand your frustrations about our failed crops, but do not worry yourselves, for the beings above have a reason for everything. Soon you will see why they have put you through these trials.
I like me an older looking gentleman, just like kind of mature in his appearance, who looks very put together, very elegant, and I'm pretty sure, at least this is the vibes I was getting, that he bottoms for the guy who looks like Rain but older. Okay, okay, you got it. Big stretch. Oh god. Okay. Okay. And stop shrimping. All right. Let me switch legs. Oh, awesome. Crack my freaking neck. Oh. Squeak. Goes the chair. Wish I could lean this chair up a little more straight, but it still kind of leans back just a little bit.
Good boy.
Thank you. Thank you. Man, you got all the big bucks. Not that I make a lot of my redeems all that expensive, but you just got the money gun. You got your pimp glasses on and you just like shooting that money gun with all your moon coins. Oh yeah, I also changed the name of my channel points from Moon Rocks to Moon Coins. But anyway, yes, I do like a character as elegant and put together and regal as this, probably being the bottom in the relationship, and just like imagining him being just like ravished, ruffled and ravished. You have been here all stream. Welcome, welcome, and hello, Sin. good morning. Unless you've been awake this whole time, just doing something else, which is totally fine. Or if you fell asleep, then yes, good morning. Anyway, I was going to click on the failed crops. What's this? afhjafhkahf is a vast city surrounded on all sides by a deadly forest that none enter. It's the only civilization in the world led by the divine speaker himself. Apparently, a lot of the crops have been dying in the last few months. It's never been this bad before, and people are worried about our food levels. Off and on. Also, I have 4,822 moon coins. If only you had like 2,000 more, the special thing could happen. Okay. When I get paid in, what, 2 days? Sin's at 7K. Sin could do it. Sin could do the thing. Anyway, when I get paid in, what was it, 2 days? Yeah. I'm gifting you a sub, Ace, so you don't have to deal with this ads bullshit. Paying my own ad revenue. Listen. I did update that model. It's all updated now. Fortunately, I couldn't get the particles to work coming off the horns, but still, everything else is updated.
Yes, Lord Speaker!
Jesus. Bro was a bit too hype. Calm down. The failed crops? I think I heard a little about the situation from the matron. It seems this was the first time in hundreds of years that they had failed this badly, and there's some worry about whether we'll have enough or not this winter.
Yes, Lord Speaker.
Before I knew it, I was already in the crowd, chanting along with the other residents. The eloquent and beautiful way he spoke was almost hypnotizing. The most highly respected person in all of afhjafhkahf, second only to the gods. Just being in his presence was amazing. The whole time he spoke, the crowd stood mesmerized. I was so immersed, I didn't even notice he was nearly finished. Or he was already nearly finished.
In due time, all of you shall be rewarded with the freedom that Azeros brings. With this in mind, I hope you will continue your offerings and duties. Thank you.
Maybe I'm just cynical or something, but I'm feeling this is sus. This is sus. A minute. I got 30 seconds, so at least you got almost 30 seconds. I'll wait on here for the 30 seconds for you. We got 20 seconds. I really shouldn't drink a soda while I also have to read. The carbonation. It make me burpy. At least I'm not like brah with my burps. I'm very like, just like breathe it out. Be gone. And it's finishing now. Yay. Oh, welcome back. It's too early to be horny. Oh, that's right. You like them silver-haired people. Oh, I would wink, but I have my blinks linked, so I can't do that. But yeah, I'm getting such sus vibes from this. So would I even call this a religion? I don't know. It sounds off. Applause exploded out from the crowd as he finished his speech. Smiling, he waved and cast his eyes around the crowd. Oh, he is pretty though. He is pretty. I would ravish him if given the opportunity. I waved and cheered along with the crowd before his eyes met mine. Uh-oh. Almost instantly, a shock ran through my body. Ooh, they're doing some really cool effects with this. I like it. In due time. It's us. Is this a glimpse of the future? It's the clip and picture I sent. The shock changed to heat, and the heat changed to burning. Before I knew it, I crumpled to the ground gasping for air, but it felt like my lungs were on fire. Every breath burnt my insides even more. Everyone around was watching me, but worst of all were his eyes, the speakers. I could still feel his eyes boring into me, as if he could see everything, even secrets you kept in the deepest parts of your soul. I have to escape them now. I forced myself back to my feet, ran as fast as I could, and ducked into a nearby alleyway. Okay, I know he's just breathing because he ran away, but after looking at the spicy CGIs, I'm like, okay. A vision of the future. I get it. I could feel the world around me getting darker, blurrier. I fell to the ground in a fetal position, sobbing. Abruptly, the pain started to move. It concentrated itself into my left arm with the force of all my previous pain put together.
Anyone, please.
Oh, he's in pain. Oh no. Stop sounding like you're getting, like, horny. Please, please. I shuddered, clutching my arm and enduring the scalding pain before my vision went blank. Blank. Why did that word come out of my mouth so weird?
Protect.
You protect and attack.
Awaken. Destiny.
Isn't that the same voice as the matron? I can't. Okay? 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 I'm not horny in real life. I'm only horny in fiction. So I gotta be like extra horny.
Judgment.
Oh, look, they're judging me now. They're judging me. Just because I said I was horny. Yikes. God's judging me. I knew it. Valid. The power of being an asexual who is not sexual at all in real life, but when it comes to fiction, I'm like, oh, I got put in horny jail. Okay. Yep. I deserve that. Okay. Okay. I blinked a few times, trying to work out where I was. The darkness that surrounded my vision wore off slowly as I sat up.
That's right. I was in the town square, listening to the speaker, and then...
I came in my pants. It was embarrassing. Wait, did I collapse here? I quickly checked over my body. The pain was completely gone.
Huh? What? What is this?
Well, we get a tattoo or something? Kinda did. When I looked closer, I noticed something that hadn't been there before. Letters that don't even look like the letters that were on the map. Oh, I'm gonna click it. Strange markings. After attending the speaker's speech, I was suddenly struck with burning pain all throughout my body. I collapsed in a nearby alleyway, and when I woke up, there were markings running down my arm. I can't read them. Whoops. Well, I'll go ahead and save. Just to get that spot in there. Okay, return. Okay, some kind of strange markings were running down my arm. It's not a language I'd ever seen before. My first instinct was to try and scratch them off, but it was like it was branded onto my skin. It wasn't going anywhere.
I have to get back to the orphanage. They won't know where I am.
Oh no. It's dark. They're gonna be worrying about me. They're gonna think I took that money and fucking ran. When I left, the sun was still high in the sky, but now it's already night. How long have I been out? I stood up slowly, holding onto the wall for balance. Nope. We're gonna see this through an innocent lens. We're gonna hear these noises through innocent ears. Yes. Okay. We are one with God. We have made room for Jesus. Okay, we're good. As one knows when playing visual novels, always save before making a choice. Yes, of course. The burning sensation was gone, and all I was left with was a sore body. Nope, I just said there was room for Jesus. Okay. Must be from collapsing onto the ground. Yep, that's it.
Where am I? I guess I'll head back the way I came.
Through the thick darkness, I followed the alleyway back the way I came, desperate for all this to be a dream. After a little searching, I somehow found my way back to the town square. A few people buzzed about, doing last-minute shopping or chatting with each other. I clutched my branded arm close to my chest, making sure to keep it out of view. I don't know what they'd do if they saw it. I don't even know what it is. I couldn't help glancing around nervously, like some kind of thief worried about getting busted. We're gonna bust a nut is what we're gonna do. Nope, room for Jesus, room for Jesus. That's what I just said. It hasn't even been that long. Come on. Oh, slap myself. And then slap my mic on accident as well. Whoops. That's why I didn't notice where I ran headlong into... Or that's why I didn't notice when I ran headlong into someone and got knocked off my feet.
Ouch!
Ouchie. Owie. Ow. Hello, sir. Oh, wait. I am ready for him to speak to me. I looked up at the person standing over me. His midriff was, like, in my face. I didn't know what to do. He was a tall, lean man, probably in his 20s. He looked like he suffered from scoliosis with the way he could not stand up straight. With dark red hair that reached down his back and a serious look on his face.
I'm so sorry.
Can I make it up to you? He stood there for a moment. God, once again, room for Jesus. Room for Jesus. I'm gonna post a note and, like, put it on my screen so I don't forget. He stood there for a moment, just watching me. His gaze made me nervous. It was like a snake sizing up its prey. That's when I noticed it wasn't me he was staring at, but my arm. I instinctively clutched my arm to my chest.
Is this where you usually spend your time bumping into people, or do you have a few favorite spots?
Oh, I would have totally just been like, Jonah Scott! And then freaked out. Oof. Oof. Yes, I love him already. Womp womp. Listen, when your voice isn't awake and you sound like, what'd you say? Like a secondary corpse husband, I don't see that as a problem. Oh boy, okay. Or do you have a few favorite spots? I could show you my favorite spot. I mean, okay, I'm sorry.
What? No. I don't usually bump...
But...
Oh, I guess this is a privilege then. I feel lucky.
I feel lucky too, because you're talking to me, and you're Jonah Scott. My mouth just kind of hung open. What's this guy's problem? I don't think I've ever met someone so rude. I'm ready for him to be rude to me in the bedroom.
I'm very sorry for running into you. I was just trying to get home quickly too.
To hide whatever that is on your arm?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got fucking branded by looking at a dude. I'm not gonna show everybody about it. Again, all I could do was look at him in shock. We stared at each other for a moment before he held his hand out to me. I cannot calm thyself. I don't know the meaning of those words, Ace. I don't. I'm the opposite of calm at all times. It's called anxiety, but in this case it's horniness. Horny anxiety. That's what I got. Me trying to do the same. He is one of those special exceptions where I don't usually go for guys with long hair, but it works for him. It works. You fiends, listen, you know what you signed up for when you came here. I must resist this urge to redeem. I'm not gonna tell you don't redeem. I mean, we all here for a good time. We all here for a good time. Again, all I could do was look at him in shock. We stared at each other for a moment before he held his hand out to me. Just wait until you meet my cute baby fawn. He does look pretty cute. He does look pretty cute. I don't usually go for like the small cute ones, but who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. But it's gonna be hard to fight against the voice of Jonah Scott, so fawn, you gotta work for it.
Let me help you up. If you stay down there long enough, people will start to think you're part of the scenery.
I'll be a part of your scenery if you let me. Ugh. God. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, take his fucking hand. I hesitated for a split second before grabbing his hand gently. He pulled me up to my feet, and I could finally see how tall he was. So tall. So strong. Might be lean, but that doesn't mean he's not strong. That fucking midriff. We do need a fucking spray bottle. Jesus. Okay.
Thank you.
Just try not to make a habit of looking so sketchy. Who knows what kind of people you'll attract?
I also just love that Jonah Scott, I mean, he is bisexual, you believe? But yeah, I like that he's played in BL games. The smirk on his face when he said that was unnerving. I think I should get out of here quick.
Of course. I should really be heading off now. I'm late. Again, I'm very sorry for the commotion I caused.
We could cause a different kind of commotion. I got the guide in front of me. It's fine. It's fine. If I didn't have the guide, I would be saving before, like, every choice. But in this case, nah. I quickly turned to leave. This guy is the last person I want to be wasting my time on. Are you kidding me? He's the first person I want to be wasting my time on.
Wait a second.
Yes?
I know something about the markings on your arm.
Let's talk about it all night long, over a drink. And then in your bedroom. It could be our pillow talk. I whirled around to face him again, faster than I had ever moved before.
You do?
All these fucking anime sound effects. Also, BL anime. What? Which BL anime? I immediately thought Beastars, even though it's not a BL, but it's fucking... It tries to be a hell of a lot. A furry BL one. Him and Louie, I swear to God. Whoops.
I mean, you do? What do you know about it?
Also, how can you see it? I have sleeves over my arm, so... Do you have X-ray vision? Are you looking at me naked right now? What's going on here?
I know the speaker keeps tomes written with the same markings in his personal archive. He's actually allowing visitors, but tonight only.
How do you know that? Are you a burglar? Can I... No, I don't think I can hide the box. Damn. He's got them horror gloves like I do. I like it. I like it. Oh, he's in Sasaki and Miyano? Oh. Does he play... God, which one's which? Is he... Sasaki? Oh, H? Oh, yeah, he's got the horror gloves. I'm just realizing why it's H for hide. I get it. I get it. I get it. Jiro Ogasawara? Which one's that? Which one's that? Oh, Jiro. Is that the friend? Who has the girlfriend? No. Yes. Yes, it is. He has the girlfriend that's into BL? Is that him? I think about the right person? Yes. Oh, he's played by Yuki Ono in Japanese. Does he not have a girlfriend? Wait, that's behind the voice actors. I want this. That's what I'm looking at. Superficially a bad boy, based on the soft side. He's very honest and earnest. Yeah, he's in love with his girlfriend, despite their quarrels and claims. They're very close. Yeah, prior to the series, Oga Sawara finds out Yokota is a BL fan and especially into bad boy ukes. Yeah. So it is the person I'm thinking of. Yeah, he's the guy who's like super in love with his girlfriend, but he's like kind of tsundere about it. But he also finds out that his girlfriend's like super into PLs. Which what kind of like brings him into the main narrative, because he's like, so, hey, my girl's into this, so like give me advice. I love that character. Makes me want to watch Sasaki Tomiyano again. Anyway.
Too bad you seem so busy. This might be the last time it's ever open to the public. Anyway, good night.
He's teasing. He's just like, well, I guess you're busy, guess we can't do this. Wait. The red-headed man turned around and slipped off into the shadows. And I was left with his words just hanging in the air. Oh, I honestly thought that we were gonna, like, go together. Okay, yeah, that just describes what we just did.
I guess one more slight detour wouldn't hurt. I'm already late as it is.
Why not? We're already in, like, fucking a lot of trouble, probably, for being late. Might as well just up the ante. We're all in. I bit my lip, thinking hard on his words. There's no way I could miss this chance. If it's the only way to find out what these markings mean, then... Determined, I turned towards the direction of the speaker's archives. It took a while to walk across town to the speaker's palace. It was large, but mostly empty, seeing as he was the only resident. This is the first time I've ever heard of anyone being allowed into his personal archives, though. I think even the Lord has restricted access. Maybe this is my lucky day after all? Or maybe Leos was just fucking bullshitting us? I walked up to the door and knocked lightly.
Hello? Speaker? Are you home?
Mushy mushy. When I knocked, the door swung open. It was already unlocked, and I could see a light from inside.
I guess he's probably already in there, showing the archives to other people. Excuse me.
I opened the door further and followed a corridor down to another door that was slightly ajar. Pretty. So many books. Anyway, when I entered the room, I almost toppled over in astonishment. Thankfully, I didn't, since it would have been the third time I fell over in a single day. We're a clumsy bitch. Bookshelves lined the walls, going up to the ceiling. Tomes and documents littered every surface, and the hazy light that the candles flickered all over only furthered my amazement. I'm sure that's great for reading. Y'all gonna have glasses by the time you're like 25. Like me. I had glasses when I entered high school. Because I always read in the dark, like a dumbass. I still do, but on my phone, so it's like... It lights up itself? No, it's probably still bad for my eyes. Whatever. It was beautiful. Never in my life had I seen this many books. I walked in further, feeling the spines with my fingers and smelling the musty scent of the room. Weird that this quote-unquote archive that, like, nobody really ever gets access to is just unlocked, unprotected. Nobody's here but me. Wild. Various books littered the tabletop in the center of the room. I walked closer to them. I read some of the titles. A Brief History, Chit-chatting, Bloodlines. There were thousands of books here I would love to read. I've always been attracted to glasses or braces. I don't know why. I do like glasses. I like in manhwa if one of the characters is wearing glasses and then them and their love interest kiss and then the glasses get all like askew. I don't know, I've always found that cute. Braces are kind of cute. There are thousands of books here. I would love to read. It's too bad he's only allowing visitors for a single day. I picked up the first book, A Brief History. I flicked through the pages slowly, reading a few sentences off of each page. It looked like some pages were missing. It would jump from talking about the palace being built to animals that inhabit our land.
Let's see. Foundation? The kingdom of Aurelia Cavella was founded by Prince Xion on the second eve of Augustus.
Interesting. I've never heard of who first founded our kingdom. This book must be really old if it's talking about that. I put the first book back into place and moved on to Chit-chatting. Okay, yeah. It was different to the other books, a journal. When I opened it, I found that every page was covered in black ink, making it unreadable. It looked like someone had a bit of an accident with this one and an inkwell. Or was it purposeful? The government coming in for censure. Bloodlines was next. I picked it up from the pile. I opened it to the middle. The name should have given me a clue, honestly. It was some kind of record of births for what looked like a high-class bloodline. On this page, the bloodline started with King Xion of Chit-chatting 10XX and moved down to more recent times. It ended with Prince Caspian.
I keep reading about this Chit-chatting. I wonder what it means. Wait a second.
Hey, I was actually saying KM, right? Nice. Go me. High five. I do to myself. Prince Xion was the founder of our city, right? That must mean this is the royal bloodline, but why does it only start 500 years ago? Aurelia Cavella has always been here for thousands of years. Doesn't mean there has always been a monarchy, though. Oh, for a second there, I wasn't seeing the desktop audio, like, moving at all in OBS. I was like, oh no, what's going on? It's fine, it's fine. Whew. Scared me. This must be a mistake here, surely. People had to live somewhere before then, and everyone knows there isn't anywhere inhabitable outside of our protected lands. Do they know? Or have they just been told lies their whole life? Are we that naive? Really is giving the Giver vibes. There's only here in the forest. I flicked the page over to the next one. Boy, please, please, keep your moans to yourself. Save them for the NSFW scenes. The page was filled in strange markings, in a script I'd never read before. I hurriedly pulled up my sleeve to compare them and found some matching characters. The layout was similar to that of the royal bloodline, so it must be a list of names, but who?
It looks like the last person added to this list was 19 years ago.
I wonder how old we are. Are we 19 years old? So absorbed in trying to work out what that meant, I didn't hear the sound of someone opening the door behind me.
Well, well, well. An intruder in my archives?
No, bro, I was told that this was okay. Some random guy on the street told me it was okay. So it was okay, right? I'm not breaking the law. Hello, Father. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Daddy, for I have been naughty. I whipped around to face the voice. It was none other than the speaker himself. I'd never seen him up close. I hid the book instinctively inside of my cloak. Welcome back, Ace.
Speaker!
Oh, Jesus Christ, calm down. He sounded like he just came. Ah, speaker! Ah. Oh, boy. I dropped to one knee in front of him out of respect. Okay.
Thank you so much for having the archives open today. I've never seen so many books.
Bro, he just called you an intruder. I don't think it was actually open.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Having the archives open?
Yeah, some hot guy on the street with long red hair told me about it. That means it's true, right? Right? He looked at me with visible confusion on his face.
That's right. The man in the town square. He told me.
Wait, what? I definitely heard him right. He said it was open to everyone. Then why does the speaker look like he has nothing or he knows nothing about it.
I'm not sure who told you what, but my archives are off limits to all but myself.
Listen, I think I'm probably like a lost member of the royal family or something. Check out my tattoo. So, behind him, I could see guards appearing from every direction. Oh shit, we're gonna get arrested. God, grandmommy gave us money to like go have fun, and now I'm about to get arrested. I get a tattoo, and I'm going to jail. God, I really am like just entering adulthood.
Trespassing in a restricted zone is an act of treachery. The
No.
only punishment fit for someone betraying their own home is death.
No, I promise it was a mistake. Listen, a hot man tells me that I can do something, I'm gonna do it. Please. Don't think with your head, my guy, think with your dick, like I did. Please. I could feel my stomach drop when he said that. Death. Death? I've never heard of anyone sentenced to death. No, this is all wrong.
No, wait, but please, I'm not betraying. I just wanted to read.
Oh. God, I'm getting arrested in the game. I'm getting punished. Not in the game. Ugh, lordy.
I don't know what your intentions were coming here, but I must act in the best interest of both our residents and the gods. Guards, take him.
I don't even get like a fair trial. Come on. We're innocent until proven guilty.
Now wait there just a minute, Speaker.
Was that Jonah Scott? I could see someone pushing through all the guards, making their way to the front of the crowd. It was our lord who works with the speaker to uphold our lands.
We're not equipped to suddenly have a public execution, Sir Speaker. We haven't needed one in years. In this case, I think it would be best to exile him. Being out there in the forest is a death sentence anyway.
Excuse me? My heart dropped even further. I thought he had come to my rescue, but what he was suggesting was worse than death. No one in my lifetime had ever been exiled. The things you would endure out there would be much nastier than the quick hanging you would get here. Bro, I just read a book. God damn it.
Please, I didn't mean.
Silence.
You handsome, but you're an asshole. You asshole. He stood in front of me, his icy eyes digging into my soul. I couldn't help but think about earlier, in the town square when our eyes met. I flinched away from his gaze.
Perhaps you're right. Why dirty our own land with the blood of a criminal when we can let nature take care of it for us?
I read a book. A single book. Fuck's sake.
Guards, take his arms. I'll escort him to the forest's edge.
I hope that means just like hold my arms and don't like take them and put them in a sack or something. Don't cut off my arms, please. Both my arms were seized by the burly guards. There was no hope of escaping. All I could do was follow behind the speaker, being pushed from behind the entire way. I hung my head in shame as I was paraded through the town. I could see faces peering at me from windows everywhere I went. Oh great, and now we're getting publicly humiliated. This is great. All they could do was look down at the ground. Who could blame them? I would watch too.
Release him. You may go. I will handle this from here.
Here's hoping that he's about to do like a heel turn and like suddenly say like, you have a destiny, you must go out into the wilderness and do the thing. The two guards saluted before marching off back into town. Once we couldn't see their backs anymore, he spoke.
I don't know why you would do what you did. Nevertheless, you must now live with the consequences.
Not so much for hoping for a heel turn. Okay, well, this sucks.
This might seem unfair. It would be best for you to learn just how unfair this world can be, though.
From one mistake. One innocent fucking mistake. You got all these godly powers, but you can't tell the lie from a truth? Looking up into his face, I could tell what he was thinking at all. I couldn't tell what he was thinking at all, but it was mesmerized. But I was mesmerized. What the hell? What was that sound? He reached out and lightly caressed my chin with his fingertips. Up close, his long eyelashes trembled in the wind, and it looked almost ethereal, like he himself was one of the beings above. Yes, keep your lips zipped. I will continue to just spout out nonsense that I'm thinking about. But yes. I am very curious.
You look just like your father did.
Whoa. Just like my father did. Huh. Was the guy who looked like me in those CGs I was seeing my father? Okay, I have more questions. Okay. At that, he released my face and turned to leave. Why are you abandoning me if you liked my father? Come on.
Run and don't look back. Just like he did.
Am I being punished for my father's sins? Come on. His back slowly disappeared into town. I thought about going back the same way, hiding at the orphanage, but everyone just saw me being marched through town like that. What the fuck, indeed. There was no other choice. I had to leave, with only the clothes on my back, the envelope from the matron, the book I had stolen accidentally from the speaker. Convenient? They arrested me for reading the damn book, and then they didn't even, take it from me? Okay. And my regret. Hello. A hidden world. I ran like I'd never ran before. It felt like my heart would burst out of my chest at any second, and my lungs burnt with every breath. My muscles didn't even know I had ached. Even when I thought I couldn't go any further, I kept running. Speaker's name is as ethereal as he is, just a heads up. When I finally collapsed, all I could see was trees and darkness in all directions. I was completely lost. Okay, calm down, please. Fuck's sake, room for Jesus. Oh my fucking god. That went on for way too long. Oh my god. I laid down on my back and caught my breath. What can I do now? I've lost everything. Including my virginity just now. No home to return to, no family. What will everyone at the orphanage think when they find out? Will they be disappointed? Angry? Will they think I've abandoned them? Betrayed them? A million thoughts ran through my head all at once. I took a deep breath of the fresh forest air and calmed my thoughts. It was only then when I realized the situation I was in. Here I was, sprawled out on the forest floor, alone, at night. I suddenly picked up all the things I hadn't noticed before. A scratching sound, bushes rustling, a howling from somewhere far off in the distance. What is this fucking Michael Myers music. Couldn't remember his name for a second there. It's almost the same chords. The wind picked up and whipped my hair around my face, only adding to the sudden terror that had struck my heart. All the stories I'd been told since childhood about venturing outside of Aurelia Cavella hit me. In fact, I hadn't only heard of them, I'd repeated the same ones to the children time and time again. Nobody left the confines of Aurelia Cavella. The forest was a dangerous place that spread to the far corners of the planet, and only by the protection from the beings above had we lived in peace for so long. I'm glad I'm not alone in thinking that. I strained my eyes, trying to look into the darkness that surrounded me. Finally, I dragged myself up from the forest floor. I pulled my coat tighter around myself for security, and nervously checked that I still had all of my belongings before turning back the way I came. Maybe if I stay close to the city lights, it'll scare away any danger.
It was this way, right?
Don't ask me, I don't know.
Or this way?
Again, I don't know. No matter which direction I turned to face, the trees looked the same, and from every angle, I could hear strange noises.
Come on. Which way? Which way?
I whipped my head from left to right before dropping my head into my hands. I can do it without losing tracking. Oh, also gotta conk my microphone. Whoops. Poor rain indeed. I whipped my head from left to right before dropping my head into my hands. I unconsciously let out a sigh. Oh, just seeing poor rain reminded me that manhwa I talked about while doing the manhwa rec. Seductive Beauty Side Story B. Oh boy. There was the character that gets fucking tortured by the male lead in that. He, I guess, because it's a side story, there's like a main story for Seductive Beauty. It's just called Seductive Beauty. And apparently he's kind of an asshole in the main story. Like, he steals somebody's written work. He, like, berates the female lead. He's just, like, kind of like an arrogant asshole. But the male lead in the side story and the female lead, or like, I guess she might be the main heroine, I'm not sure, I haven't read the main story, but the female lead in the main story both, and I'm sorry to use the R word here, but graped him, and then like showed each other about it, and like, it's god awful. And I don't care how much of an asshole he is, or what, like, shit things he does that don't actually hurt people other than just, like, emotionally. But, like, nobody deserves that. And then in the side story, it gets so much worse. So much worse. And apparently it's because the author based that character off of one of her ex-boyfriends. And just, like, unloaded every terrible thing she could think of onto that character. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Nobody deserves all this. God. And it got to a point where people are like, I don't care how much of an asshole he was in the main story. Nobody deserves any of the shit that he's put through. Because, I mean, it doesn't romanticize the idea of grape at all. Not even a little bit. It shows how violent and terrible it is. And it, like, gets to the point where the character just like doesn't want to live anymore. He actually attempts unaliving, and it's you just like, you feel at that point like maybe it should be successful. I mean, that's the only way he's gonna be happy, right? Nope, he survives, and it's just like the male lead just doesn't seem to understand, because like as it goes on, he goes from just being like wanting to torture our main character for like his own satisfaction, because he likes to see him cry and he likes to see him tortured. It's like, you know, sadism, but like the worst kind. And then he's like slowly actually develops genuine feelings for him, but he's like twisted, so it's not great. It's very much not great. He confines our main character in his apartment, doesn't let him leave, like controls everything. He broke his ankle at one point, to the point where it's like it was injured for a long time, and oh god, it made like one scene particularly terrible where other people were doing terrible things to him and he couldn't run away because of his injured ankle that the male lead caused. And then the male lead like was like, well, why didn't you run away? And our main character just kind of looked at him, had the blankest face, and then kind of scoffed, like, really? Really? Oh, God. It's 36 chapters? I don't know how I got through all of it. It was a tough read. But my God, I was hurting. I don't know why I tortured myself reading all of that. And it had kind of a happy-ish ending. As happy as they were gonna get, I guess. But I was still like, oof. Oof. Do not read Seductive Beauty Side Story B. Hell, just don't read Seductive Beauty if you don't want to read really terrible, god-awful themes. Like, if that's not your bread and butter, or if that's not what you want to read in that moment, just to kind of like torture yourself emotionally, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, emotional connection to the characters, maybe. Yeah. It was so much. I've never looked at someone fictional and been like, bro, maybe you should just like jump out a window or something and just end it. Because this ain't it, fam. This ain't it. Anyway, back to this story. Who, hopefully none of that happens to Rain, because my god.
It's hopeless.
Hold on. Did I read? Down here? I whip my head from left to right. Yeah, okay, I did read that. Good. It's hopeless. Once again, I was surrounded by the sounds of the forest and the feeling of the unknown. Who knew it would be this scary? An eerie feeling gripped my heart. I could feel eyes on me.
No, I must be imagining it.
Oh no, this cursed forest is checking us out. Oh no. Oh no. I don't consent. Suddenly, it was quiet. All I could hear was my own heartbeat, quickening by the second. I had to get out of there. With no sense of direction, I just ran. Ran until I couldn't run anymore. Okay, at least that was shorter. Oof. No matter where I went, everything looked the same. The trees started to blend together in my eyes, becoming one entity. I collapsed onto the ground and crawled backwards until my body hit a tree. Just the feeling of having something behind me made me feel more secure. I buried myself into its huge roots. Honestly? Yeah. I've had that feeling before where it's like if your back is exposed, it just feels unsafe. So as long as something is like pressed against your back and you know what it is, yeah, that would feel safer for sure. I could barely make out my hand in front of my face in the pitch black darkness. The night was freezing. I brought my knees to my chest, hugging it tight to try and get some warmth. I felt the letter that I had hidden in my clothes.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, baby boy. It's not your fault. It's Jonah Scott's fault. With the letter clutched close to my heart, I shut my eyes to try and escape from the dangers of reality. Also, wondering if we do get out of the forest. I mean, I assume we do. Safely. Will the currency that we have in our envelope that Grammy gave us, would that even be possible to use? So is it even worth it? I mean, obviously it's a gift, so we're going to keep it because sentimental value. But do I have money that I can't use now? With the letter clutched close to my heart, I shut my eyes and tried to escape from the dangers of reality. Yay.
Destined child.
What?
False prophecy.
More like false conviction.
Speak. Awaken.
Fuck. Just like jump awake and yell fuck. That'd be me. I awoke with a start.
What was with that dream? I feel like that's not the first time either.
Everything felt kind of hazy, and I could barely recall what it was about. I uncurled my body from the forest floor and started to take notice of my surroundings. Rays of bright light shone between tree branches, bringing a slight warmth to my face. It felt nice after the cold wind from last night. The air felt crisp, which must be a sign it's still early. Yes, Ace?
What?
Ooh. When I finally started looking around me, I noticed something strange. Use games and demos. The OG game doesn't have a category yet. Yeah, I was just putting it on the Christmas DLC or whatever it is. That was the only one that popped up. I guess I'll do games and demos. Games and demos. Is this a fairly newish game? I could have sworn this game's been around for a bit. I'm surprised it doesn't have a category. When did this game come out? View stats? No. Or it's just like the main page. Main page. Oh, store page. Here we go. Don't play a video. Okay. It's been 2 years. I'm surprised it doesn't have a category yet. Interesting. Yeah. I knew I had seen this a while ago, so I was like... I'm actually going to go back to... Yeah. I know it's not exactly the right game, but it's the same... kind of game. It comes from this game. So I'm going to go back to the Christmas DLC. Where's Firebot? Did my category actually change? It did. Good. Oakley dokley. Back to the game. When I finally started looking around me, I noticed something strange. I was surrounded by beautiful flowers, kinds I'd never seen before.
When did these get here?
Did you put them there? Last night was just so dark. Were they here before? They could have been, but isn't it a little strange for them to be around me in a circle? That's what I'm saying. You put them there. I let out a sigh.
What's with all of these strange things happening to me?
It's called being a protagonist. When you're a protagonist, shit happens to you. I'm sorry to say. It's a terrible, terrible disease. It's also incurable. So, sucks to be you. The weird pain I had in the town square just yesterday, the dreams that I can only half remember, not to mention the markings on my arm. I raised my arm up to the sky, inspecting it closely. In the sunlight, I traced the symbols gently with my fingertips.
It's definitely the same symbols from the book I brought with me. What is it trying to tell me?
It says, "You're gay," in an ancient script. I absent-mindedly played with the flowers that surrounded me whilst recalling the events of yesterday.
I need to find someone that can read these markings. But there's no way I'll be able to sneak back into Aurelia Cavella.
I don't know, apparently nobody goes into the forest, so you could just like sneak around the edges. I pulled the book out and flicked through some of the other pages. Most of them were readable, but relatively unimportant. Charts, lists, budgets. These two pages, the royal bloodline, and the one that matched my markings, written in an unknown language. I looked back at the family tree. Everyone knows that the monarchy unexpectedly ended around 20 years ago, but the reasons they weren't widely known or disclosed. But the reasons why weren't widely known or disclosed. I checked over the names again. King Xian of Sid Kaham. What is the Sid Kaham? Why does the bloodline only start 500 years ago? And then Prince Caspian, the final name, 37 years ago. Under it, a signature barely legible. Lucius.
He could still be alive. He might be able to tell me what this marking means. If only I knew where he was.
Yeah, does he have like a P.O. box? Or an address? You know? Business card? Anywhere?
Oh,
that was definitely a stomach growl. I suddenly realized just how hungry I was. I guess the last time I ate any food was yesterday. That sounded like a legit stomach growl too. I tried to swallow, but my throat felt all dry and scratchy. I'm with you there, boy. I'm seriously thirsty. I searched my pockets, but didn't have anything to eat with me. Finally, I got up and stretched my shoulders out. I'd give anything to sleep on a bed instead of the ground again. First task today, find water.
easier said than done, of course.
I glanced at the trees around me, but I had no clue which way I came from last night. I just have to pick a direction and hope for the best. I brushed the dirt off my clothes and started my hike to find water. By now, the sun was out high above, shining brightly. It warmed my chilled body and calmed my mind. I like how they added the shadows of the light coming through the canopy of the forest onto him. It's very, very nice. I thought that was mine or someone in call. Nope, that's rain. That's all rain. Compared to last night, the forest wasn't even half as terrifying. Sunlight filtered through the green leaves above, leaving interesting patterns all over the ground. Moss grew over the moist tree trunks and roots, making everything look fuzzy and warm. I could hear the faint tweeting of birds up in the canopy. Instead of scary, it was actually kind of beautiful. I love a good, like, dense forest, but not dense enough that sunlight doesn't come through. It's very nice, very nice. The only sound I could hear was my own breathing and twigs breaking under my boots. It was peaceful, even serene, when the sun was up. Not hearing any animals is a bit disturbing, though. Or not even, like, bugs. Without noticing, I was slowing my pace, taking in the scenery and enjoying the atmosphere. Everything that happened last night felt like a dream. Wildflowers littered the ground where I was walking, so I tried to avoid stepping on them. I leant down and picked one to bring with me. I kept walking at my own pace, like this for a while, before I was hit with a foul stench that quickly overpowered the fresh smell of the flowers in my hand. It was kind of like off meat mixed with something sickeningly sweet. That sounds like a corpse. But yeah, if you thought the art in Dreambound was pretty, just wait until you get deeper in the story. I mean, just seeing some of the, like, CGs, Dreambound is gorgeous, but they didn't have, like, a whole lot of CGs in there. And they kind of use a lot of the same, like, scenery. Which is totally fine. It's a very, like, contained story, so that's perfectly fine. This, however, seems to go to, like, a lot of different locations and whatnot. And they really went ham on the artwork and the animations, as far as I can tell. It looks amazing. Caffeine. Hell yeah. I kept walking and it kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You're about to walk up to something dead, I just know it.
What is that?
Or a big pile of shit. Like from Jurassic Park. In the distance, I could see some kind of cloth jutting out from under the brush. The closer I got, the more overpowering the smell was. Nope, it's definitely a dead body. It looked like some kind of knapsack. Could there be food in there? Water? Something I could use out of here? Boy, with the way it stinks, would you think about, like, eating whatever was in there? I tried to pull it out from under the bushes, but it must have been stuck in the branches. I grabbed on with both of my hands and gave it one big pull. Here comes the corpse.
Whoa!
Yep, you just pulled, like, somebody's arm or something off their gross dead body. It came off easily when I used all of my weight, but it pulled so hard I fell backwards onto my butt. The smell was suddenly so sickening that I couldn't help but gag. When I looked down at my lap, the knapsack sat between my legs and I could feel something wet touching my leg. Yuck. 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 We love caffeine when it doesn't make us eepy. Yeah, true. I reached down to grab it. Whatever it was stone cold and slightly damp. There was one time that my sister... Was I already over? No, she asked me to come over to, like, look at something to see if I can identify it for her. And I come over and she's like, I think there's something weird in my trash can. And she lives... I used to live in the house that she lives in, so I know that while it looks like a decent area, it can get kind of sketchy. There's people that, you know, walk through the area that are just like, what the fuck? But, so I go over, I glance inside the trash can. Immediately I get hit with that rotting smell of death. And I see flies over this like plastic bag, and I can kind of see something inside the plastic bag. And I'm like, that's something dead. That's something dead for sure. I didn't like look too deeply in. I sure as hell didn't touch anything. But I was pretty sure that was like a dead animal. So I closed the lid and I tell my sister, pretty sure that's a dead animal. And she's like, I don't know, I'm not sure. So she called the cops. And the cops look in. It's a dead animal. I was right, for fucking sure. But oof. It was stanky. I will never forget that scent of death and rot. It's just gross. What is that? I held my breath, but the scent completely overwhelmed my senses.
3, 2, 1.
Let's jam. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I made that joke already, but I don't care. Slowly, I wrapped my hand around it, and with a final surge of courage, pulled it into view. Oh no. No. I could feel all the blood instantly drain from my face. I threw it as far as I could, but I could still see it poking out from the bushes. I scrambled away as fast as possible, trying to put some distance between myself and that thing.
No. No. No.
Uh-oh. This isn't happen. Yep. I quickly turned away and my stomach lurched. But please don't voice act that. Phew, thank God. The bag wasn't stuck in the bushes. It was stuck in someone's arms, and I just pulled one right off. Exactly what I said happened. I knew it. I brought my hand to my chest, the feeling of my heartbeat on my palm, the only thing making this feel real. Nope. Don't make the sounds, please. Don't make the sounds. I gagged again, this time much more violently than before. It was just lucky my stomach was still empty. Nope. Cough, cough. That's about as far as we're gonna get there. There's no way. This couldn't be happening to me. Just yesterday, I was living a normal life, safe and happy. How did it come to this? I glanced back in the direction I threw it. It hadn't moved. I would hope not, being that it's a dead arm. An arm. A decomposing human arm. Mm-hmm. Who would be out here? I can't think of anyone wanting to leave Aurelia Cavella. No one leaves. I've never even heard of anyone else being expelled. I don't know. The way this place operates, I probably would have tried to leave myself. Then, have others also been outcasts like I was? How long had the body been there? Another wave of nausea washed over me. I could feel the moisture on my hands. The slimy mucus left a brown sludge all over my palms. Ew. Ew. That would kill me. That would kill me. Okay, rubbed it on the ground, thank God. Until they were red raw, but the stains weren't going anywhere. Why won't it come off?
Get off! Please, get off!
I scrubbed and scrubbed, and even though you couldn't see it anymore, I could still feel it. It felt disgusting. Disgusting! The pangs of hunger I felt only a few minutes ago were completely gone. Thank the gods I hadn't found anything to eat yet. I would have instantly lost it. I couldn't move. There had to be a reason it was out here, so far from Aurelia Cavella. But why? Who? No. What could have done this to them? I glanced back towards the bushes from behind my bangs. If there were arms, what about the rest of them? I don't want to find out.
I have to get out of here!
I leapt back to my feet, spun around, and sped away, giving no notice to the knapsack I left on the grass.
How long have I been running?
Getting your steps in. I could still feel it. When I looked down at my hands, there was nothing, but I could still feel it. Ooh, water, thank God. No matter where I looked, it felt as if it was still there, almost watching me. The sound it made when I ripped the bag from the bushes, it echoed through my head, or my mind.
Wait, what's that?
Water. Wash your stinky ass. Is that water? I could definitely hear a faint trickling nearby. I quickened my pace and burst out from the trees in a flurry of leaves.
Water!
Hell yeah. We started with wind, now we're at water. I was met with a river. On both sides, the banks were littered with a colorful array of trash, clothing, and various odds and ends. Oh, lovely. Litter. Love to see it. I barely noticed, though. All that mattered is that I could get clean and drink. Immediately, we get naked. Without any thought, I kicked off my clothes and stripped down to my underwear as I ran towards the water's edge. I launched myself from the bank directly into the river. Who cares about wet underwear? The shallow water came up to my waist. Hello? Oh, is that Fawn back there? It was cool and refreshing against my sweaty skin. Finally, water. I kept scrubbing at my arms, hands, and legs until they were red raw. I felt like I was rubbing away the memories from earlier. Once I was satisfied with that, I moved on to my hair. The sweat and grease from yesterday was already building up. Gross.
That feels better already.
My head instantly whipped up towards the opposite bank. We making noises at each other? Is this how gays speak in this world? On the opposite bank stood a young, blue-haired boy with a completely dumbfounded look on his face. His arms were full of a magnitude of items. Before I could open my mouth, he turned and ran.
Wait!
I bolted back from my clothes and took off in the same direction I last saw the boy. Me running after him, almost buck naked. As I ran, I could still hear the distinct sound of leaves and sticks crunching in front of me. At least that means he's not far. The ground here looked like it could have been used all the time. It formed what could almost be called a path. He must come this way a lot. Between the trees, I caught a brief glimpse of his blue locks. Soon, more of his figure came into view as I gained on him.
Hey, wait, please!
He obviously wasn't going to wait. He was close enough now that I could almost touch him. I reached out and grabbed him, but only managed to brush my fingertips against his back. This might be my only chance. I can't risk him getting away. With the last of my energy, I leapt towards him. Oh, my neck.
Got you!
I know it's just water, but does it have to look like that? And why is there a droplet coming directly off his little nip? The artists know what they're doing. They know. Oh my, indeed.
I said wait!
I tackled the boy to the ground and held him there, my arms either side of his head. My lungs burnt from the chase. The boy below me looked terrified. His body was shaking underneath mine.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Unless you want me to.
I just want to talk.
Bruh. It's cool. I just want to talk. He's looking down at my divine speaker, if you know what I'm talking about. He suddenly turned bright red. He wasn't looking at my face, though. He was looking at my giant hog. When I followed his gaze, he was looking somewhere lower. And we both blushing. Then I realized I hadn't gotten dressed yet.
I didn't. I mean...
Say words. Speak words to each other. I could finally see the boy up close. His pale blue hair was feathered around him, and his silvery eyes were wide and scared. When his lips trembled, he looked like he could cry at any moment. He seemed fragile, breakable. I don't know about that. I did see a CG where he looked pretty pissed off and badass, so I don't know about that. His face was slowly getting wetter the longer I leant my soggy hair over him.
I'm so sorry.
Again with the fucking grudge in our stomach.
Are you hungry?
Are you a snack?
Yeah.
I quickly got off of him and picked my clothes up, cradling them to my chest.
I'm going to put my clothes back on, so don't go anywhere, please.
The other boy got up slowly, keeping his eyes on the ground and nodding his head slightly. I turned around and slid my clothes back on as fast as I could. I fumbled a little while tying my shoes up. I half expected the blue-haired boy to be gone when I turned around, but he wasn't.
I'm done now. Listen, I'm sorry for jumping on you like that. I'm not trying to hurt you, but you're the only person I've seen alive out here. My name's Rain.
I reached my hand out towards him. He looked down at my open palm and hesitated, but eventually took my hand and shook it.
Fawn.
You even have a cute name.
Fawn?
My name.
Oh, Fawn.
A
It's
deer
nice to meet you.
out here? That's a cute achievement. The items that previously were held tightly in his arms were scattered all over the ground, thrown up in the air when I tackled him. He's a big boy, he can do it. I waited while he gathered up the items he dropped. He picked up lots of strange things. What could he possibly use them for?
So, what are all of these things?
These? They're from my personal collection.
His eyes suddenly lit up.
Do you want to see?
He's like, do you want to see my gunpla? Do you want to see my collection? My anime figures? This is my waifu. I don't know what it is about him, but he seems like he would be your type. So I'm not surprised that you romanced him. This is Ace's boy, so I definitely won't be romancing him. We're going for Jonah Scott.
I mean, I have food and water back at my house that I could share with you.
He's inviting me back home for coffee.
Really? Are you sure?
My hunger and thirst from earlier had returned with a vengeance. I'm starving. He got over seeing that dead corpse pretty quickly. Good on him.
Yeah, there's enough for both of us.
With his arms full of items to add to his collection, he turned around and started walking. I guess he wanted me to follow after him? I jogged up to walk beside him.
So, Fawn, you live here in the forest? By yourself?
He's even got badges on his, coat? Yeah, I'll call it a coat. He doesn't wear it, right? But it's a coat.
Oh, yeah, not far from here. Not by myself, though. I live with a bunch of my friends.
Are they all forest animals? Are you fucking Snow White?
Really? You all live out here together? For how long?
He stopped for a couple of seconds before speaking again. He seemed pretty deep in thought.
A while now.
For 1,000 years. Helpful.
Why did you leave Aurelia Cavella when the divine beings don't protect the outside land?
What?
I get a feeling he's never been at Aurelia Cavella.
The speaker says it's too dangerous to even enter the forest, let alone live here. How did you get here?
A speaker?
Yep.
Aurelia Cavella? Are you talking about the town to the west of here? Across the river?
Vaughn frowned at me a little, obviously confused by what I was saying.
You don't know the speaker?
I've never been there before, so...
Wait, so you were born out here?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I came here as a child.
Close enough. What's up with this guy? Maybe he's delusional from being out here for so long.
Alright. Sure.
Okay. Uh-huh. Anyway, about that food. I just let it go. It was obvious Fawn didn't know exactly what he was talking about. Okay, a little judgmental. Before I could ask anything else, we stopped in front of a tall tree with a rope ladder hanging down from it. When I looked up, I could see a small wooden hut set into the tree trunk.
You live in a tree?
Bro, he lives in a forest. If you lived in a forest, wouldn't you live in a fucking tree house? That's sick as hell.
It's safer to be up high during the night.
Yeah, away from all the creepy crawlies. He gave me a soft smile while he loaded a bag full of his new items and slung it across his back. I couldn't help but think about the knapsack from earlier. Best to just try and forget about it. Fawn started climbing up the ladder with ease and waved at me from the top.
I guess it's my turn.
I hope you were good at the whole, rope climbing in high school. I grabbed onto the ladder and climbed up after him.
Wow.
Pretty. Damn. Put that shoe away that's in the middle of the floor, though. Everything else, really nice. It looked like a fucking hobo shack from outside. From inside, it's nice. It's nice. When I came up the ladder and into Fawn's treehouse, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It consisted of only one room with a makeshift bed, a couple of chairs, and many other random bits of furniture. By the way, you can choose things that give you good endings with all the characters as long as you mix in the bad choices. Gotcha. What's my guide say? Good end. Bad end. We'll open up. Okay. Nope, we're good. We're still good. Okay. That's not what impressed me, though.
You collected all of this from the riverbank?
Don't just straight up choose bad choices for the characters you don't want. Okay, I'm just following the guide, so I'm doing what the guide's telling me to do.
Yes. I've been collecting it all slowly over time.
The guy did say that you can kind of just, go with the flow. That this is a pretty forgiving, dating sim. So, I'm not really worried about it. He looks so happy with my reaction. Whoever's holding the camera is shaking so much. They need to take less caffeine. Whereas I need more, so. The whole room was filled with different colored glass, cloth, old books, all manners of items. It all blended together to become something that looked magical. Even though it was all abandoned, thrown together items, there was something homely about it. Fawn was busy scurrying around the room, putting things away and dusting. I watched the light trickle in from outside. It went through the colored glass, making the floor into a rainbow. Gay! Gay power! When he'd finished that, he dug around in some baskets before presenting me with a bowl of mixed fruits and nuts and a cup full of water. My hunger and thirst from earlier had come back with full force. I greedily ate the food and guzzled down the water. All the while, Fawn sat on the opposite side of the room, watching me. He had an inquisitive look in his eyes. He kind of reminded me of the kids back in the orphanage. He obviously wanted to say something.
You're the first person I've ever seen out here, and I've lived here for a very long time.
The first person? Interesting.
I thought you lived with friends, though.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be fucking animals. He's Snow White.
Oh, my friends are actually...
Before he could finish speaking, a rustling sound came from outside. It was slowly getting closer until... I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. He's Snow fucking White. I jumped out of my seat. In the door came a fox, a raccoon, 2 birds, and a few animals I'd never seen before.
Guys, you're back.
A sugar glider. I looked over at Fawn. Obviously, this didn't surprise him. He went down and pet all of the animals, giving them nuts and berries as he went. I couldn't help but stare at the soft smile he had on his face. None of them got rabies, right? Have they all been vaccinated?
Rain, these are my friends. We've lived together for years now. I'm sorry they gave you a fright. I'll tell them to come in quietly next time.
Nope. Rip you, Ace. The Pokemon already escaped.
That's not really the problem, I guess.
Yeah, careful about the sugar gliders. They will poop and piss on you. Without any remorse. First time I ever held the sugar glider, it pooped on me. He leant down further and started whispering to them.
You can talk to them?
My god, he really is fucking Snow White.
Of course. Sometimes they don't do what I tell them, though. They must be going through a rebellious phase.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Ah, so he can't talk to them then. He just thinks he can. He's a little delulu, but he's got the spirit. I didn't say anything though. There's no point upsetting him.
Then I really am the only person you've seen out here. You've been alone since you were a child?
How did you survive? There's like a certain point that I could reasonably be like, yeah, sure. How long have you been out here? When did you get out here? Were you like 2 years old? Because that's a bit young. 5 or 6, it's still pretty young, but I believe that a bit more.
Yes. I'm sorry I ran from you. I didn't know what to do when I saw you at the river.
Yeah, you were at the river and you had this giant hog and I just didn't know what to do. Gay panic.
And it takes me a bit to think through what I'm saying in my head. I'm not used to talking to other people.
Okay, fair. That's fair, Fawn. I'm right there with you. Despite the ADHD making me fucking ramble nonstop. I look at the floor in embarrassment when I remember jumping on him, wet and nearly naked.
In the forest, I saw an arm. A dead body. I had to wash it off of myself.
It was a gross. I glanced back up at Fawn.
I spent the night running and then slept under a tree. I have absolutely no clue where I am. I don't know how you can live here. It's terrifying.
Ah, yes. The sugar glider. Terrifying. He stayed silent for a few seconds. I guess he was thinking through what he was going to say.
I can see why you would think that. The forest around here is dangerous, but
He stopped for a moment.
it can be beautiful too.
As we saw this morning.
The beauty is hiding danger, but the danger is also hiding beauty.
I stared at him. Earlier, I did think it was beautiful for a while. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe he's right. Still, I would much rather be back in Aurelia Cavella.
I see what you mean, but I'm not looking forward to spending another night out there. I wish there was somewhere else to go.
Wish there was a, I don't know, shack? Maybe hidden up in a tree that I could spend the night in? That had a cute boy in it? I don't know where I'm gonna find one of those. Fawn tilted his head.
There's a bunch of places you could go. Oxaber, Stagwitch, Duskmoor, Sidcaeum, Duek. They're all pretty close to here. The last time I checked anyway.
I'm starting to get very Celtic, Gaelic, Welsh vibes from like these names in the environment. My ears perked up at one of the things Fawn mentioned.
Sidcaeum? What is that?
It's the... what do you call it? The capital?
The capital? The capital of what?
Of the region, I suppose.
Honestly, I had no clue what he was blathering on about. Capital of the region? What region? The region beyond the forest. That's what I'm telling you. They were bullshitting you in Aurelia Cavella. You ain't the only place in the world. Outside, the sun was slowly disappearing and the night was filling up with stars. I stared outside for a moment, dreading going back. Last night, it was terrifying, but what choice do I have? Yes, what choice do you have? It's not like there's a person right here that you can ask, hey, can I stay the night?
I guess I better head off now, before it gets too dark to see where I'm going. Thank you for the food and water. I don't know what I would have done without you there.
I got up slowly and made my way towards the ladder.
Wait!
My hand was suddenly clasped from behind before I could start climbing down.
Why don't you stay here tonight?
I don't mind if I do. No, you're aces, man. I shan't make you an unloyal husband.
Really? Would that be okay?
Yeah, my bed's only small, but I can sleep on the floor tonight.
And there was only one bed.
Oh, no, I couldn't. You take the bed. I'm happy to sleep on the floor. It's much better than outside like last night.
Really, I don't mind.
Fucking just share it. Both of you shut the fuck up and share the bed. We both looked at each other for a moment before breaking out in laughter. This could go back and forth forever with the two of us.
How about we just share the bed then? I think we'd both fit.
Thank you, Rain. Vaughn lit up again, as red as a rose.
I've never
touched another human being before. He glanced around, not making eye contact with me, fidgeting and playing with his clothes.
shared a bed with anyone before.
Well, there's a first time for everything, ain't there? Was that something to be embarrassed about? Oh, maybe he's worried that I'll push him out of the bed? Or push him into the bed, as you push into him, you know? Yeah, no?
Don't worry. I'll make sure not to take up too much room.
He really is. But that's what you get when you've kind of never grew up around, like, other human beings before. You can be a nice little innocent, adorable little baby boy.
I grew up in an orphanage, so I'm used to sharing beds and stuff.
At the word orphanage, he stopped and looked into my eyes.
You didn't know your parents?
Yeah, that's what being an orphan usually means. Granted, there are some cases where you lose your parents later on in life, but still.
No. Did you?
He looked away again.
No.
Yeah. He didn't look like he wanted to talk about it, so I didn't press him.
I'm not mad at my parents or anything, though. I had a good family at the orphanage.
I'd be a little mad at your original parents. Again, they left you in a ditch. Like, come on.
The judgment I received wasn't particularly good, so that's probably why it happened.
He has something else too. Again, I did see that CG that I was like, It looks like he can be badass at moments. Maybe an alternate personality? Secret assassin? Who knows? Who knows?
Judgment?
We both shared another confused look. Had being out here alone really made him forget the most simple things? Bruh. If he doesn't live in Aurelia Cavella, he's not gonna know the shit that goes on in Aurelia Cavella. Like, judgment doesn't happen outside your little tiny region. So, stop being like, did he forget the most simple things? He didn't know these things because they don't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, you know.
He doesn't know.
The judgment you receive the day you're born from the divine speaker.
Come on, Rain, put two and two together. We're smarter than this. We're not ignorant, yeah? No, we're super ignorant, but I wish we weren't.
My fate wasn't very impressive, apparently.
You learn your fate the day you're born?
Yeah, it sucks.
Of course. Everyone does.
Mine said I was gonna stub my toe for the rest of my life. Every corner that I go around, pinky toe, boom, right into it. So yeah, my parents abandoned me for that.
They don't do that where I'm from.
Yeah, we just live our lives and suck at it. All on our own. Yeah, definitely a little confused. Not confused. Rain, I'm gonna slap you.
If you're not tired, there's something I'd like to show you.
You gotta show me something, hmm? I'm feeling a little tired, honestly, but if he's letting me stay here tonight, then I don't mind following him around for a little while.
Sure. I'm not tired anyway.
His face lit up with a wide, innocent smile filled with excitement. I would not be surprised.
It's not that far from here. Follow me.
Time for a late night date with a person I barely know. Let's go. Vaughn basically bounced out of the room, down the ladder, and onto the forest floor. I followed after him, not quite sure where this was headed. He just takes me back to the dead body and it's like, here's a stick, now poke it. I followed Vaughn for a few minutes before he stopped in his tracks and peered out between the trees.
We're here. Follow me carefully.
He started climbing down the shallow slope with ease. I watched him for a moment, but came to the conclusion that it didn't look too difficult. Apparently, I was very wrong.
What?
Story of my life. Oh, this looks easy. Oh, it's not. The ground slipped out from under me, rocks rolling down the slope. Before I could slip over, Vaughn reached out and grabbed my hand.
Careful! It can be a little slippery here. Keep holding my hand and we'll go down together.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That would be a thing that I would do. Like, hey, guess what? I found this dead body. Let's go poke it with a stick. I watched the ground more carefully this time, embarrassed that I had slipped up after he warned me. With Vaughn's hand strong against mine, we descended slowly, and we eventually got to the bottom of the steep hill.
It's here. Look.
He parted the last of the tree branches that stood in our way. Ooh, pretty. The scene before me was right out of a fairy tale. A large lake was spread out in front of my eyes, the night sky brimming with the stars as far as I could see. Pretty. In the darkness of the night, the lake became a mirror. It reflected those stars right back at the sky, not to be outdone.
It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. Back home, I never would have known this existed.
A million words spun around in my mind, but I didn't know where to start. Who knew something like this could exist? He touched the butt. This is a pretty image. They're holding hands. Hello? I sat down with Vaughn, entranced by the scene laid out before me.
I thought you might like it. You see, this lake's full of all kinds of fish. Mostly the kind that would like to eat you for dinner.
Yeah, so let's put our feet in it. That sounds like a good idea. What do you think of the music? The music is great so far. Like, one of the things I notice for visual novels is the music. It's gotta be calming, or like, at least in tune with like the vibe of the scene that's going on. Dreambound does that very, very well. My only problem with Dreambound music are the one or two songs that have like somebody singing in it. And that's just a personal thing because I have a problem like reading out loud or even reading to myself when I'm listening to music that has lyrics in it, that has somebody singing. Because my brain starts to concentrate on the person singing versus what I'm reading. So that's just like my ADHD brain and the wires crossing. But when it's like purely instrumental, it's perfect. I love that. Or if it's a scene that has music or someone singing and I don't have to read, that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, so far, it's really nice. It's really nice music. He giggled a little, that joy-filled smile returning to his face.
But that doesn't stop it from being beautiful. The world isn't just black and white. There's things in the middle, too.
Like my sexuality.
And I think this forest is one of those things. You didn't look very convinced earlier, so I just wanted to show you that even a dangerous place like this can be somewhere you can call home. It's all about how you look at it, your perspective on things.
Bro is giving me a life lesson. We just met. But honestly, this boy needs this lesson. Like, hey, so there's a world outside your little tiny region. And it's not that I'm confused or I don't remember things. It's that those things don't exist in my world. They only existed in your tiny little corner of the world. But also, pretty lake and stars. realize that you were holding hands. He quickly withdrew his hand from mine. I forgot he was even holding it.
This is a pretty big lake, though. It's strange that it's not on the map.
I haven't seen a map in a while, so I'm not sure.
He was crimson red from the top of his ears to his chin, like a tomato. Silently, we sat side by side. We watched the first fish. What? We watched the fish just below the surface, the stars that almost seemed to dance around us. But secretly, I watched Fawn's profile. The moon made his pale skin look even paler, as if he were glowing. Maybe it's a strange thought, but it was almost as if he was part of the forest. He fit it perfectly, as much as the trees, the fish, the stars. He belonged. When he caught me staring, he looked away in embarrassment.
Anyway, let's head back now. It'll start to get cold soon.
Right. I'll try not to slip over this time.
Or if I do. Will you catch me again? Hold me in your arms? Maybe we'll tumble? Land on top of each other? Maybe I'll trip and fall inside, you know? You know? You know? Anyway, as soon as we got back, a wave of exhaustion passed over me. Without delay, I started prepping for bed. Everything caught up to me at once. It really had been a long day. I rolled up my sleeve and looked again at the markings that ran down my arm. I suppose there's not point? There's not a point hiding it from him, is there? He's bound to find out one way or another, and I feel like I can trust him.
Hey, Fawn?
Why would he find out one way or another? We're just staying the night. The plan is to leave in the morning. Are you gonna get naked? I mean, you already did, I guess. I guess he could have already seen it. He looked over at me with sleepy eyes.
I wanted to show you something. Yesterday, when I was still in Aurelia Cavella, it suddenly appeared on my arm. It hurt, like it was being burnt into my skin.
I lifted my arm and showed it to him.
I've seen this writing somewhere before.
Oh great, what's it say? With speed, he rushed to my side and grabbed my arm. He brought it close, examining the markings.
Before I was here, I've definitely seen this somewhere.
I watched him excitedly, but to no avail. No matter how hard he thought, it wasn't coming back to him.
I'm sorry. How did it happen?
I'm not sure. One minute I was in a crowd of people completely fine, and then I was suddenly in so much pain, I blacked out. And when I woke up, it was there. Maybe it's not important.
That's what happens when you get drunk, black out, and get a tattoo. My boy just hit puberty. He watched me carefully, thinking.
It sounds important to me. I'll keep thinking about it. Maybe it'll come back to me in the morning, after we rest. Turn around while I get ready for bed.
Don't watch me dress. Fawn got into bed first and hid himself under the covers quickly. I shuffled in next to him. What, is he fucking naked? I mean, Jesus. It was a tight squeeze, seeing as the bed was only made for a single person, but we had enough space to avoid touching. I scooted over further, giving him more room.
Why are you out here anyway?
Not by choice, let me tell you that much. Fawn glanced at me from over his shoulder, back still facing me.
They.
I tried to think up an excuse. Anything would do, really, but there wasn't any to give.
I got exiled. I went somewhere I shouldn't have gone. Honestly, I thought I'd be dead by now. We've always had it drilled into us that you can't survive out here. But for some reason, it's not quite as bad as I thought it would be.
Imagine that. The people in power lying to the people that they are in power of. Likely story. Fawn smiled at me sleepily before turning back over and drifting off to sleep. God, I wish it was that fucking easy. Unless I take Tylenol PM or like a high dose of melatonin, sleep does not come easy to me ever. I'm probably gonna die when I turn like 42. And they're gonna say, yeah, this bitch didn't sleep enough. It didn't take long for me to follow after him. Again, can't relate.
Open your eyes.
Okay.
Protect. Heal.
Who? Me? Somebody else? Huh?
Destiny.
The child.
Open your eyes.
Bro, I just went to bed. Why are you telling me to wake up again?
Open your eyes.
Why? Vaughn, he's standing over me, dick in hand, ready to put it in my mouth. No. God was protecting me from this sin. I woke up with a start, sweating and shaking. My heart was beating hard in my chest, the sound echoing through my head. God, sorry. Vaughn sat up at the speed of light, jumping to his feet.
What is it?
I took a moment to calm my breath, waiting for it to return to normal.
No, nothing. I just had a weird dream. I keep having the same one.
Not exactly the same. The words are similar, but they're different.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were dying or we were being attacked or something.
Yeah, baby boy's not been around other people, so that's fair.
But what happened in your dreams to scare you so much?
I just immediately thought of that Game Grumps thing, where it's like, yeah, there was a crab and he was running after me saying, fuck your father, fuck your father. What if he just said that? What if that was just the next line? What part was scary? I thought back over it carefully. A booming voice, darkness all around me. I'm not exactly sure if it was scary to begin with, but every time they seemed to get more powerful.
I don't really know. There's voices. Loud, powerful, booming voices. They keep telling me something. To open my eyes about destiny.
Vaughn stopped for a minute, like he does occasionally when he's thinking about what to say.
Maybe it means something?
I mean, I would hope it would mean something, otherwise it's just gobbledygook.
It could be some kind of vision.
I'm having visions.
Vision? Things like that don't exist, though.
Bro, you didn't think people lived outside the, line of the forest. You don't know what exists in this world.
Really? I've heard there are some people with strange abilities.
Also, I mean, the divine speaker himself is kind of weird. Don't he have, weird abilities? So,
So, I don't see how having visions is much different.
Yeah, for real.
But we've always been taught that...
You're wrong, Rain. You're wrong. You were taught wrong.
Just forget it. I'm sure they don't mean anything.
You're wrong, Rain.
I'm sorry. You might be right.
No.
I was just thinking out loud.
No, Fawn, he's wrong. He's wrong. I'm putting my foot down. He is wrong.
You know, you don't need to apologize so much. Especially not for talking. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, people see visions all the time. For real. It's called deja vu. I got that shit all the time.
You're right. I'm sorry. I mean... Okay.
Classic trope. Vaughn quickly busied himself, moving around the room and preparing food. Or not trope. Cliche. That was a cliche. I looked outside. The sun was just starting to show in the distance, so it was still early. A light mist spread out through the trees. We ate more scavenged food and watched the sun as it rose up above us. I'm such a person. Me, for real, for real. Nice. Nice. I'll feel it as it's happening. I've totally seen what's about to happen before. And then the moment of deja vu happens, and I'm like, yep, there it is. So it's not even just deja vu, it's the lead up to deja vu. I'm like, this is familiar. Something is about to happen that has already happened before in my mind. And then it happens. The events of a few nights ago seem so distant. All that exists is now. I can never stop saying sorry, bro. What's my issue? My issue is I'll say a response in my head. If someone says thank you, I'll say no problem out loud fairly easy, but if I want to say you're welcome, I only say it in my head. I don't really say you're welcome out loud. Or sometimes I'll thank somebody in my head, and then I forget to say it out loud, and I'm like, whoops. I'm totally thankful, but also, whoops.
Rain, I was thinking.
Yes.
I know we've only just met.
But call me, maybe?
Would you like to live with me? Here?
Bro asking me to move in, and we just met last night. Damn. Is my hog that big?
Seriously? You'd let me do that?
Well, I've just been here alone for a long time.
And I need somebody to help me pay the rent. The forest rent is like so high. I need a roommate, please. Please live with me.
I think if you left now, it would start to get a little lonely.
Oh no. Oh no. I can't hear lonely without thinking of, God, that cursed manhwa again. Oh boy, oh boy. There was just one moment where the main character broke down. He's just like, I just feel so lonely. And his eyes were kind of like wide, but the rest of his face was very blank and tears were streaming down his face. And I was just like, God, this manhwa hurts. This hurts a lot less in this game. But that manhwa, oof. Oof.
I can teach you how to live here. Where to go, where not to go. I'm sorry if that's too forward.
I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. I have nobody. Same, bro. Same.
We've only just met after all. What am I thinking? Sorry.
Stop saying sorry. Didn't we just establish that? Well, it's not like I have anywhere else to go. Like he said, he hasn't seen anyone else out here. We might as well stick together if he's offering. The other option would be to wander around alone. I don't even want a repeat of the first night out here. Alone, scared, or cold scared. Plus, he has the kind of face that makes me want to look after him. Watching him babble like this is kind of endearing. I figured it was a song reference, but I don't know the song you're referencing. It's kind of endearing.
I would be very happy to stay here with you, if you'll have me.
Bro, romancing fawn? Easy. Easy mode.
Really? I was sure you'd say no.
His face brightened up instantly, a smile crossing his lips. He really does want me to stay.
Then how about I show you around a bit today? Only if you want to.
Date. Number 2. We just met and already we had one date. I'm moving in with him. We're having our second date. Next thing I know, we're gonna have like 5 children. And it'll be 10 years in the future.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I like that.
I ate the last of the red berries whilst I got dressed, the sweet taste lingering on my tongue for a while afterwards. I spent the day wandering around the forest while Fawn gave me the lay of the land. He showed me a few landmarks I could use to get back to the house if I ever got lost. I quickly learned which berries were safe to pick and which could poison you from just touching them. He said there's a lot of deadly plants around, so it's best to ask if I'm not sure. It was like he knew everything. I suppose when you only have yourself to depend on, you have to be a walking encyclopedia. His eyes lit up as he explained topic after topic. It was obvious he really enjoyed having someone to talk to. It's actually a little sad that he's been alone all these years.
Oh, I kind of forgot about it before, but do you ever cook anything? I notice you've only eaten vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, you ever cook like some meat?
Cook anything?
Bro doesn't even know what cooking is. Oh, nar. Oh, nar. I thought I was lagging for a second there. Waterdo, you good? Okay.
Yeah, like on a stove. Or maybe you just use a fire. I'm actually pretty good at cooking.
Yeah, we're husband material.
No, I don't usually.
Oh, nar.
fire is...
Wind, water, now fire. Soon, we will become the Avatar. I'm a little laggy all of a sudden. I don't know why. All the fun. If I click in, we're fine. Hold on. I'm gonna lag for a bit. Opening up the editor. Well, surprisingly, I haven't frozen. I usually do. Oh, yep, there it is. Loading. Still loading. Still loading. Still loading. Goddamn. Editor. Load. Load. This is taking forever. I would like to unfreeze, please. Pretty please. Oh. Oh. Load. Reloading. We done? Oh, there we go. Okay. First I'm gonna do the VSync thingamajig. Yes. No. Okay. Already I feel smoother. Should I reload the scene? Just to give it a little refresh. No, I think I'm fine. Okay. Put back in the game. Not the smug face. Not the Flynn smug face. I got nothing but smugness. That's all I am, is smug. Fire is...
No, I usually just eat fresh food.
Huh, I see. Well, I'd love the chance to cook for you at some point.
What if he tries to hunt an animal and Fawn's like, I'm vegetarian? The sun was high overhead, swimming in the vast blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight, yet it still felt cool as a soft breeze washed over us. We spent the day so far wandering from place to place, exploring and talking. Aurelia Cavella felt like so long ago already. Honestly, it was fun. My chest felt light for the first time in days, just like hanging out with a friend. It felt normal. Slowly, with all the time in the world, we've been collecting items from the riverbank we'd met at just yesterday. A warm blanket, slightly damp, but Fawn assures me it's still usable. A vase, the handle off a door.
Where does all this stuff come from, anyway?
I wonder, probably Aurelia Cavella. We're just a trash dump for them. I glanced towards Fawn, who was struggling with the mountain of random objects in his arms. He dropped something, go to pick it up, then dropped 5 more things in the process. Oh, so we're both clumsy bitches. Okay.
Give me some of those.
Yeah, clumsy bitch.
Thank you.
Watch, I immediately drop all of them.
As for where it all comes from...
He looked out into the distance, quiet for a moment.
I think this river connects to a large town, not far from here.
Aurelia Cavella, maybe?
I guess they must dump things into the river, and they come downstream and get caught on the banks. Giving them another use is better than letting them sit here. It makes me sad to see the wilderness so full of trash.
I feel ya.
Well, we do have a river running through town. I've never seen anyone dump anything in it, though.
It's probably the government. There's just so much here. It's hard to believe it was all just dumped.
It could be a different town. I've never been there, so I'm not sure.
There he goes again.
What do you mean? It could only be Aurelia Cavella.
Bro, you ignorant asshole. You ignorant dumb fuck.
But there's a few other places nearby, too.
Are you sure you aren't a little confused?
Are you sure you're not just dumb?
Where else would there be? It's just the forest. I don't think there would be a lot of others like you living out here.
But that's not...
Hello? Before Fawn could respond, we heard a low growl come from the bushes to the left of us. I didn't even have time to think. Uh-oh, battle music. I don't even know what level I am. What stats do I have? What's my equipment like? Neither of us had the chance to react before an animal bounded out of the grass, straight towards me.
Watch out!
Oh, wait, hold on. He's got that face. His face kind of went serious. I braced myself for impact, but it never came. Instead, I was shoved and fell to the ground. From the ground, I finally got a good look at the thing that was slowly circling around Fawn. It was small and gray, teeth bared in a snarl. Oh, there it is. There he is. The not-so-goodest boy. A wolf. It must be young by the size of it. Its dark eyes were set on Fawn, unmoving. Before it could get to me, Fawn pushed me away and took my place. What's he thinking? This is dangerous. Fawn stared back at the furious animal, not backing down. He slowly took small steps away from the animal, careful not to show his back.
Rain, just get up slowly and sneak away. I'll deal with this.
The hesitation was gone from his voice. The jittery, nervous Fawn I had gotten used to was nowhere in sight. I mean, bro has to be used to dealing with fucking wild animals. Otherwise, how would he have survived this long?
Leave! We aren't scared of you!
We're not scared of you! Be gone! In large motions, he waved his arms as he shouted. He was either trying to scare it or distract it long enough for me to get away.
Rain, quickly!
Get the fuck out of here! His voice was quiet but powerful, commanding. Making sure not to make too sudden of a movement, I crept up from my place on the rocky ground, shuffling away from both Fawn and the wolf. My heart was beating a million times a second. I could hear the pounding in my ears and feel it through my whole body. Please, Lord, let them not hear it too. Fawn glanced at me out of the corner of his eye, still not turning away from the wolf.
Go back to the house. I'll leave after you.
I can't leave you here! You could...
Bro, don't shout! It both started and was over in the blink of an eye. The wolf jumped straight at Fawn's face. Swiftly, he raised his arms to shield himself and ducked to the ground. When the wolf was directly over his head, he lifted his arms just enough to touch it and threw it into the river. The wolf crashed into the water, splashing about and whining loudly.
Quick, now!
We both picked up the pace, running away from the river as fast as possible. Fawn grabbed my arm and pulled me away in a vice-like grip. Behind us, all he could hear was furious splashing.
I thought we were meant to go slowly!
There's no time. Just go!
I mean, we threw that bitch in the water. It's time to run. We got here fast. Fawn nearly pushed me up the rope, hurrying me into his house. As soon as we reached the top, he pulled it up after us. I collapsed to the floor in a heap, panting. Fawn did the same.
What just happened?
A wolf.
I don't know.
A wolf just happened. It's pretty obvious what just happened. A wolf.
They've never been aggressive towards me before.
No, he was aggressive towards me. Yes, please go slowly with me. Pause? Are you telling me to pause? Oh, you to pause. Ace, calm thyself. No, don't calm yourself. If I gotta be horny on main, then you can be horny in chat. That's the whole point of this channel. Is to play dating sims and be horny about the boys. Or girls. I have one girls love visual novel on my wish list that I really want to play. It was like, what, 80s or 90s inspired, like Hong Kong, I think it was. Ooh, and the art style was delicious. Scratch my nose. I do need a quick bio break though. My caffeine is going straight through me. So I'm going to jump over to be right back real quick. Warm baths, plenty of sleep, moderate carnal copulation, and exposure to soothing music. We gotta fuck. Okay. Whatever you say. I gotta drink that wine, fuck, and then take some warm baths. All right. Oh. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll pause that for a second. An egg. Eat to permanently raise defense slightly. It's still warm. Gross. Am I just gonna crack it open and slurp that sucker down? I mean, it's permanent, so I might as well. Eat. Use. There you go. Okay, calm down. Also, money. Umasugiru. Bro, chill. That's how you get salmonella. Wait, I just want to see it one more time. Sorry. Okay. Collect sheets. Oh, gross. Why'd you pick it up by the piss end? Just getting a good whiff of that. Yep, here we go.
Try not to fall to your death.
Oh god. This is crucial content.
It's for your own good.
Get in the bathtub, bitch. You stinky bitch. You awake now? Tosa. Chichue. Hello? Oh, what is that? What is that? Ah, it's a fucking exploded chicken. It's a CSGO chicken. Oh my god, okay. What? What do you want? I don't want any. Unless they're Girl Scout cookies.
What the hell did I just walk into?
Role play. I'm the CEO, you're the secretary. Now get me a coffee.
The mug is right there. I already served it.
Slurp up my milky coffee. Okay, anyway. Time's out. Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Who is that? Nope. Nope. I'm here, something or other. Ooh, stairs. Get me the fuck out of here. Yes. Do it, Sin. Do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Do it. Anyway, I'm back. Oh, headphones squishing my ears. And the ad break's over. Noise. Alrighty.
We're friends. Or at least, I thought we were.
You're a little delulu thinking you're friends with wild animals.
He usually listens to me. I feed him when I can.
My breathing may have nearly returned to normal, but my heartbeat was nowhere close. I looked over towards Fawn. Something red was dripping down onto the wooden floor. Is he hurt?
What? You're hurt!
He's hurt. With a downcast expression, he rolled up his sleeve and examined his arm. Long red lines of blood dripped down and splattered against the floorboards, standing out as clear as day. He hid it behind his back, like a child with something they shouldn't have.
We have to bandage it or something.
Your sleeves are so long, we could rip that shit and wrap it around. I know a little bit of first aid, enough to help look after the kids at home, but is it enough for this? He had piles and piles of random bits of cloth around the room, but every time I tried to pick one up...
Wait, not that one.
Oh boy. Oh, thank you.
I just found that the other day.
Welcome back. Nice. Nice. I need some kind of cheap welcome back redeem where it is welcome somehow make that Twitch friendly. I'll figure it out. I'll do it. Just like I'll do the spray bottle redeem. I'll somehow figure it out. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Fine. If you really won't let me bandage it, then at least let me look at your arm.
And I'll pull that classic romantic move and put it in my mouth to stop the bleeding, of course. Of course. Just like your whole arm, not even just a fingertip, like they usually do in manhwa or manga. I'm gonna put your whole arm in my mouth. Let me stop the bleeding. I didn't wait for his objections. He turned his arm to face me. I think the blood made it look a lot worse than it was, but it still looked quite painful. I reached out to take a hold of it.
You could have been killed. You need to be more...
Lies. You have been lied to.
Yeah, you don't need God to tell you that. I could have told you that.
Protect him.
Protect Fawn?
Destiny, open your arms.
Put the arm in your mouth.
Take his pain.
Like I said, put the arm in your mouth. Or can I literally take somebody's pain away from them? I love that, if that's the case. Where am I? A loud voice boomed through my ears. I couldn't see anything. It was just me, the darkness, and that voice. In the distance, I could see a light, bright, like the sun on an early summer's day. I reached out towards it, my fingertips barely brushing against the cool radiance.
Rain, what's wrong?
I don't know, I was tripping. When I opened my eyes, I found myself in a whole new world. I got isekai'd. I hadn't moved after all. I was still in Fawn's house, holding onto his arm. As soon as my fingertips touched Fawn, my vision went black. What just happened? It's called being gay. You touch another man. And you just kind of black out. Oh. Yep. Yep, that's what happened. That's what happened. I opened my eyes and I got hit by a truck. And immediately got isekai'd into another world. The darkness was gone and so was the voice. Everything was back to normal. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do love being hit by a truck. Before I could open my mouth, a bright light flashed out between Fawn's arm and my hand. Oh, please tell me I took on, like, the injury. I love that ability. The pain started in my fingertips and traveled upwards all through my arm, an agonizing burning pain, not unlike that day. Before my eyes, the wound on Fawn's arm stitched back together until it was until all that was left was a line of dried blood.
Huh?
My arm began to ache in response. When I rolled up my sleeve to look, my jaw nearly hit the ground.
What is this?
It hurts. Blood started to run down my arm and drip onto Fawn's wooden floor, just like his did only a moment ago. It really hurt. Is this what Fawn felt? The same gash that was on Fawn's arm was now on mine. Hell yeah. Why do I like this so much? I don't know. I like main character... What's the trope called? Or not trope. It's a tag you can find on like AO3. I think it's like woobified. I don't know, where you put pain on your main character and you like feel bad for them, or they're like, oh, they're injured, so now other people have to like be concerned about them. I don't know, I like that. For like years, I've had a... I'm about to call myself out for being a fucking nerd, but I had a Naruto fanfic for like ages planned, where it was Iruka sensei centric, so he was kind of the main character of this fic, where he had basically the same ability, where he could kind of like take on other people's injuries. he promoted it to the like high class ninja that always kind of came by his desk to turn in their mission reports and whatnot. I was like, hey, I know y'all hate going to the hospital because you're all stubborn bastards, but you can pop by my place and I can use my techniques to heal you without them knowing that he was literally taking on their injuries instead. Just so they could feel bad and be concerned about him later. Because I love it when people are concerned and love Iruka-sensei. Because he's my favorite. He's my favorite Naruto character. Anyway. Nerdy rant over. I locked eyes with Fawn. He looked just as confused as I did.
What did you just do?
Good question. I don't fucking know.
That wasn't you?
I used God's Uno reverse card to like take on your injury. That's what I did. He shook his head lightly, eyes wide. My mouth hung open in shock. I have absolutely no clue what just happened.
I don't know. I've never... This has never happened before. It's like I...
Like you?
It's like you healed me, but now you have it instead.
We both just a bunch of like confused and scared gay boys.
So I guess it's more like you took on my injury in my stead?
Yep. Heh. Are you gonna do it? Is it gonna happen? I'm waiting for it.
Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become larger?
Let's go. Hell yeah. And now I'm like this for the next 13 minutes? Which, good luck trying to read. No, thank you. It took me forever to get that whole, like, opening sequence, whatever you want to call it, down pat. But I was so proud of myself when it finally fucking worked. I still gotta work on the rose explosion. I had it perfect at one point, but it somehow got fucked up. The timing and the amount of roses. It's now very short, but I used to have it to where it was like one burst, and then they would kind of like hang in the air for a little bit, and then eventually go away right as the music ended, and it was perfect. But now they just kind of burst and then they're gone, and I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. And I don't want too many bursts, because then it makes the VOD look like caca for like a couple seconds. And I don't like that either. Oh, you tugged my tail. You tugged my tail. But now I have to manually undo it because I forgot to fix the tail. So hold on. Hold the phone. Chat command. Where is the tail? Where's the tail? Where's the tail bit? This one? Nope. Pull my tail. Okay, there it is. Oh, those aren't connected. Okay, this? There we go. I'll keep the editor up just in case. Yeah, so... Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm noticing. Hold on. Where's my editor? Is it this one? There it goes. I saw the dragon was still there. It was just kind of chilling, hiding behind my butt. So I had to get rid of that. But yeah, it's supposed to, like, pull the tail, and I worked out how to make a fucking animation in Unity to like get my like hips to kind of pop up to go with it to kind of look like you're actually tugging on it. And then I even recorded 2 sound effects where it would like randomly choose between one of the 2 and play it, and I recorded them myself. Me going like, and then another one going like, wow. And then it would go back to normal. But it doesn't do all that. It got fucked up somehow, so now I gotta fix it. But yeah, you can still do it. I just have to manually undo it. But it's no biggie, no biggie. It's just the press of a button. I just gotta find the right button. So I guess it's more like you took my injury in my stead? Yep. Okay. I do apologize. At least they voice act what's being said. We love breaking stuff. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. At least y'all can see chat instead this time.
What? Just then?
Everything you do in life has an equal reaction and consequence.
Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna start talking about equivalent exchange. Oh boy. I'm gonna find out that he has a hidden basement where he tried to revive his mother, and she's like a pile of human goop. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So...
Ouch. You didn't tell me it hurt this much.
Hi, YouTube. Yeah, say hello to YouTube. Because this will be going up on YouTube. As all my VODs do.
When I touched you, I heard the same voices that have been in my dreams lately.
Wait, hold on. I don't think I read that. Back down. He really was hiding how painful this is. There we go. Okay. We did the thing.
But this time, they were clearer. They told me it was my job to protect you. That I'd been lied to. Something about destiny. But my destiny
is stubbing my toe around every corner I go along. Yes, we know. I thought back on the judgment I received 18 years ago, the fate that's controlled my whole life up until now, and will continue to do so for the rest of my life. The judgment that I was reminded of at every opportunity. Even if I succeeded, I was pushed back, down. After all, what could a useless boy with a useless judgment do in life? It's not something that I want to talk about. Not yet.
The judgment I was given when I was born, it was nothing like this.
I think I accidentally skipped over something. It was nothing like this. What could this even mean? Yeah. He paused too long.
But destiny is what you make of it, right?
Very astute of you. Thank you, Fawn. I think I just skipped another fucking dialogue. God damn it. Fawn stopped again, thinking. Then he says that. But destiny, it's what you make of it, right?
If you just live your life to what someone told you so long ago, you'll never get anywhere.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck the man. Fuck authority.
It's not like you don't have the power to change it.
If you could change fate, would you? Hug this model, my poor album will never cease the day of not growing. Yep, you're doomed. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
The destinies we receive are never wrong, though.
I highly doubt that.
The speaker is never wrong.
I doubt that even more. You gonna catch me in your great ball? I looked down at the cut on my arm. My destiny couldn't be wrong. I suddenly remembered the morning I woke up in the forest, the flowers that had been there the night before. Did I have something to do with that? Boy? Put 2 and 2 together. Context clues. Context clues. Maybe Fawn is onto something. Or maybe not. I don't know. Despite his temperament, Fawn really has a way with words. I almost believe in what he's saying.
I guess I better bandage this after all.
Yeah, no shit. You've been bleeding all over the damn place. Getting it on the floor?
Yeah. Let me help you.
Even though he refused a moment ago, he quickly wrapped my arm up, not missing a beat. No matter how closely I looked at my wound, it didn't go anywhere. It was really there. That really just happened. This could be an amazing gift, but I couldn't help but think about how dangerous it could be too. And how come this has never happened before? How could something like this happen out of nowhere? Or how come something like this... Nope. How could something like this happen out of nowhere? Okay, Jesus Christ. My brain died over that sentence. What triggered it?
Oh, Fawn?
Yes? He jumped, surprised when I called out to him suddenly.
You were really cool back there, though. I really felt like I could depend on you.
We're getting a lot of time with Fawn. When do I get to go back to Leos? Huh? Huh? Where's my Jonah Scott? Jonah Scott? Jonah Scott voiced, red-haired motherfucker. I want him back. His face flared up again, as red as a rose.
Who knew you could be so dashing?
Bro, y'all flirting. So hard. After everything that happened, it was finally starting to get dark out. The sun was setting over the horizon, leaving the forest cold and quiet.
Actually, there's one other place I'd like to show you today.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, is it?
Do you think the wolf is gone?
The wolf?
Yeah. We'll be going the opposite direction, so...
Okay.
I wasn't actually going to show you this, in case it frightened you.
Oh god. It really is a dead body. Okay, I'll get the stick.
But I feel like I should. It's the right thing to do.
I finished wrapping my injury in makeshift bandages and I pulled my sleeve down. What does he mean, in case it frightened me?
What is it?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain.
It's like baby's first drag show and he's just scared.
But I think you've already seen the effects of it. If your arm isn't hurting too badly, will you come with me? I know how much it hurt, so you don't have to force yourself.
He doesn't usually look so serious, and his words are making me a little nervous. Especially after what happened earlier. But I guess after his performance before, I feel like I can depend on him if anything goes wrong. Yeah, so much for being his protector, you know? Plus, I've got to show him that I can protect him too, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I followed Fawn down the ladder and through the growing darkness. This time we walked for what felt like forever, on and on. Everything looked the same, as if we were going in circles. My arm throbbed with every step, but there wasn't much I could do about it now. Just had to suck it up. It was already pitch black out here. I hope Fawn knows his way. I watched Fawn's back whilst I walked. He had slim shoulders and a small figure, but he still looked fit. Maybe even more than me. He's probably strong too. Bet he can hold me down and have his weight with me. Muscular, but so slim. I guess living out here, he would have to be pretty in shape. I wonder how long he's truly been alone, and why. It isn't my place to be nosy, but I can't help but wonder. I don't think he wants to talk about it though, and I won't push him. His short hair was messy from running earlier. Well, messier than it usually was, which is saying something. Since it's usually pretty wild anyway. At least he's not injured anymore. I felt at my arm just to confirm the bandage was actually there. Yeah, it was. It really happened. I pulled up my sleeve enough to glance at my other arm. The markings still stood against my skin as much as the day they appeared. Those markings, those dreams, Fawn's injury. What connects them? God. Probably. Is it all just one big coincidence? No matter how much I turned these thoughts around in my head, I wasn't getting anywhere. Nothing made sense.
Whoa.
Okay. Absorbed in my thoughts, I bumped straight into Fawn when he suddenly stopped in his tracks.
Shh. Look.
I peered out over his shoulder. My body instantly stiffened up. Oh god, it's a Trump rally. Oh no. No wonder he said I'd be scared.
What is that?
I don't see anything. The forest in front of us was filled with some kind of blue glowing mist that gently swayed back and forth to an unseen rhythm. The color was unnatural, yet beautiful. In the haze, I could almost see faces. Blue, lifeless faces. One second they were there, and the next there was nothing, as if my mind was playing tricks on me. Oh. And I'm back. Okay, now I can close my editor. Be gone. Okay. You can't be horny on main anymore. It's not allowed. I've taken the horny away. No, that's a lie. Horny is always here. It's here to stay. Thought it was lagging for a second. Okay. Playing tricks on me.
The forest spirits. They're angry.
Boy. I listened closely to him, my breath stuck in my throat. We stood a distance from the mist and peered out between the trees. 13 minutes of heaven flew by fast. Sure does. Sure does. Time flies when you're having fun. Or when you're horny gripping.
They didn't originally come from here. The town to the west of here. The one that you're so sure is your home. Every once in a while, they dump things out here. Most of the time, you wouldn't be able to tell what they are. But sometimes, they're still whole.
Still whole? I couldn't even type, just stare. That's what it's there for. Eye candy. Delicious, yummy eye candy. Sometimes they're still whole. I gulped, a cold sweat ran down my back, and my hands shook. I tried to hide them from Fawn, who looked as calm as ever.
Things?
I think you already encountered it before. The arm you found before we met.
The dead body?
They've always been here, since before I came. But they're angrier. More now than ever. It's like they're sticking around for some reason, but they don't really want to be here.
Yeah, fucking Aurelia Cavella. Doing some bullshit.
I can't think of any reason for such a large amount of bodies to be piled up the way they are. Lately, the flowers haven't bloomed as early. The leaves have fallen from the trees much more quickly. Fruits and vegetables barely grow. The animals stay in my house for safety or hide far away. Something's going on. Plus, that wolf from earlier. The forest seems angry, like it's lashing out at something that hurt it.
Is it lashing out at me? But why would it lash out at me? What did I do? I thought back to home, to Aurelia Cavella.
They've been dumping bodies out here?
I couldn't watch them for even a second longer. They were terrifyingly beautiful, enough to make me feel ill. This can't be real. Surely if I just look away or close my eyes, they'll disappear.
But the speaker says that those that die get buried in Azros, with the elders that live there.
What did I say? What did I say the moment they said, oh yeah, the old, they go off and basically live retirement in a lavish, lovely environment. Nope. Fucking just dump bodies in the forest and piss off the spirits or whatever.
I don't know anything about that. But bodies definitely get dumped out here, and their spirits linger for some reason or another.
Called unfinished business. Somebody called ghost hunters.
I wasn't sure I should show you this. I wanted to show you beauty rather than scary things, but you deserved to know. If you want to stay here with me, then you would have found out eventually.
True that.
It's better if you learn from me.
I held onto the back of Fawn's shirt tightly. There's nothing I could say.
Let's go back now, okay? Just don't come back here by yourself. I've never let myself be seen by them, and I wouldn't want you to find out what they'd do to you if they did.
to me? What did they do to me? We gonna fuck, or is it gonna be a lot worse than that? I'd rather fuck. I looked back at the hazy figures one more time. They floated back and forth silently. It couldn't be true. Oh, it's true. None of it's true. It's all true. Surely they've come from somewhere else. Nope, they've come from Aurelia Cavella. I'm telling you right now. But where? Where else is there? Aurelia Cavella. That's it. The speaker wouldn't lie to us. Boy. He be lying. He be lying. Every person in power in Aurelia Cavella be lying. My mind flickered back to his icy eyes, the way he stared me down despite never speaking to me before.
Let's go.
I kept a hold. Whoops. Accidentally hit spacebar. Didn't mean to do that. I kept a hold of Fawn's shirt as we turned to leave. Something deep inside me told me not to turn back, but I glanced over my shoulder. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, what was it? Odysseus? Whoever wandered into the underworld to get his wife's soul back, I think it was. But he was told not to look back. But he did so, and that fucked everything up. The figures had all stopped. They looked like they were staring right at me. Ooh, that's spooky. That's spooky. Or was it right through me? My head whipped back around. I didn't turn back again. The journey back to Fawn's house was both chilling and uneventful, even when I expected something to jump out and grab me before dragging me back into the pitch-black darkness. Nothing came. I held onto Fawn's shirt the whole time, but he didn't seem to mind, so much for acting tough in front of him. My eyes darted around, desperate for something, anything. No matter where I looked, I could feel those ghostly figures watching me. It's only my imagination, right? It's just the forest. Once we go back to Fawn's treehouse, I went up the ladder as fast as I could, and he quickly climbed up after me. All I wanted was the comfort of walls around me, even if they were in a tree. When I looked at him, his face seemed grim, his expression sullen.
I'm sorry. Would you have rather I didn't show you? I don't know if it was a mistake or not. They've always been there, but they've never left that area. It's like they're stuck there.
I can imagine.
I don't think they can follow us here, so we're safe.
Are we?
I wouldn't let you be hurt, you know.
I've only met you, like, what, a day and a half ago now? 2 days ago? But I would die for you. He looked away from me.
Don't worry, because
I'm secretly like a badass assassin or something.
I'll protect you.
Bro, I thought I was about to get confession. He spat out that line before turning around and pretending to be busy. He rolled back around, his face bright red.
What's so funny?
That's a good laugh.
I'm being serious.
I couldn't help it. Rather, I didn't want to help it. It felt good to break the tension.
No. I believe you.
It doesn't sound like it.
Sometimes Fawn really does seem full of youthful energy. What a brave guy. So dependable. Actually, now that I think about it.
So, Fawn, I know you said you didn't know how long ago you came here, but do you know how old you are?
Yeah, please tell me you're at least an adult. He stopped what he was doing to think for a moment. His face was still as red as a tomato, though.
I should have turned around 20 this year.
Thank God.
I think.
He's free game. We can go for it. We're not going to, because again, he's Ace's man. But still.
Whoa, no way!
You're 2 years older than me, because I think we're 18.
I can't believe I'm younger than you.
Okay, yeah. This whole time I thought he was the same age as me. His small frame doesn't help that.
Wait, how old are you?
It was my 18th birthday 2 days ago.
Bro is also an adult, if just fucking barely. At least in the US.
You got thrown out on your birthday?
Yeah, life sucks. He looked pretty upset.
Yeah. But like you said, there's always two sides to anything. I might have left my home, but I wouldn't have met you otherwise.
Y'all are just like oozing with the romantic tropes. I smiled at him. I wasn't even really exaggerating. It's true. Bad things have happened, but Fawn's been the only reason I've survived out here. So, I have to look on the bright side. Honestly, it feels like we've known each other for much longer than we actually have. It feels natural to be this close to him. I wonder if it's because of his personality. It makes me want to trust him, to get to know him. He covered his bright face up with with his hands, so I couldn't see him.
Sometimes you say the most romantic, corny things. It's embarrassing. How do you come up with these lines?
Bruh. You're the one who's like, I'll protect you. Move in with me. Love me.
Romantic?
Yeah. Did I mean it romantically? Maybe I did. I don't know about Rain. I thought the word over in my head. Romantic? Do we not know what that means? Nope, I've definitely never heard it before. Wow, he doesn't even know what that word is. We're ignorant as fuck. We're a fucking caveman.
What does that mean?
He uncovered his face and looked straight at me.
You know, like, kind of lovey-dovey, mushy.
Do we have couples? Is that a thing? I mean, I had parents, obviously. But do we not? Are we, like, set up?
Lovey-dovey?
You know, love?
Wow, okay, it sounds like... Oh boy.
You can't be serious. It's what one person feels for another. And they get married, have kids, be in love, kiss. You know.
Fuck.
It's that feeling you get in your chest when you look at someone you want to spend your life with.
I've never heard of it.
Wow. Either we're just a dumb fuck, or Aurelia Cavella, like, I don't know, pairs people up again, much like Given. Ooh, wow, there's a lot of Given in this fucking game. Wow. I'm not crazy, right? Given? Or was it The Given? Book? Or The Giver? I said Given. Well, there's kind of Given in here too, if we're talking BL. The Giver is what I meant. Yep, it's a dystopian novel set in a society which at first appears to be utopian, but is revealed to be dystopian as the story progresses. In the novel, the society has taken away pain and strife by converting to sameness, a plan that has also eradicated emotional depth from their lives. Yeah, so they don't even really feel like emotions. Or like deep emotions. They don't even see colors, I don't believe. In the effort to preserve order, the society also lacks any color, climate, terrain, and a true sense of equality. In like the worst way possible. To inherit the position of receiver of memory is what the main character is. Yep. Yeah, oh wow, there's so much, at least in Rain's specific story. He's just giving off the Giver vibes so much. Maybe this is some kind of forest lingo. They don't see or feel nothing. Yeah, no kidding. Forrest goes, should I try to fit in?
Haven't you seen people in your village in love? With children?
At home. Of course we have children. The speaker usually just pairs people together. We don't get to pick who we end up with.
Fucking do it.
Most of the time, it's people of similar positions or class.
Sameness.
Then they have children.
Wow. If there's not the giver inspiration meant for this game, it's getting it anyway. Because wow.
But I've never heard of love, or kissing, or marriage.
Wow, they don't even get married. They just get paired up and like, okay, you two have children.
You don't have love? Are you telling me it doesn't exist there?
Apparently not. I've had to go through that book and movie so many times in school, bro. I always liked The Giver. I don't know what it was. It's a really good story. And the movie, they actually did a pretty good job with the movie, so I was pretty happy with that. Now, To Kill a Mockingbird, while it's an important movie, I don't know if it was just my teacher, but oh god, what was that? Was that freshman year of high school? Yeah. I don't know what it was. Like, the way he taught us to have to read it, it was just excruciating. The one part I despised was the babies. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the babies part. Not a fan. Not a fan.
How can that be true? How could anyone survive without love?
Can you teach me what kissing is? Oh boy. That's just screaming. It doesn't sound important. A marriage, what does that mean?
Marriage. You said that before. But what is it?
When you find someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, you give them a necklace with a gem in it. Usually they're handmade, and they symbolize the promise you make with each other to stay together forever.
Interesting they went necklace instead of ring.
Oh, kind of like the two of us.
No, he's Ace's, man. We can't have him. We're going for Leos, my boy. We're going for Leos.
Are we married then?
Oh my god. His face flared up even brighter.
It's special. You can only do it with someone really special to you.
That's not a proposal.
But you're special to me.
Bro, we met him 2 days ago. Unlock marriage, what's that? Find out what marriage is from Fawn. Before I could ask any more questions, he leapt into the bed and buried his face in his pillow.
I'm suddenly really tired. Good night.
I love the way the voice actor delivered that line. I'm suddenly very tired. Good night. He seemed kind of embarrassed. Is love embarrassing? Oh, it's hella embarrassing. Are you kidding me? How come I've never heard of it? I lay down on my back next to Fawn, arms behind my head. More and more questions. When am I going to get some answers?
Hey, Fawn?
No response. Either he's too embarrassed or he's already asleep. I quietly stripped down to my underwear. I should think of a way to thank him properly. Having those two lines right after each other, very questionable. Very questionable. Hey, well, time to drop trowel. With my eyes closed, I went over everything that's happened in the last few days. I mean, what? Oh, this marking. That red-headed man. Ugh, Jonah Scott. I mean, Leos. Actually, we don't know who his name is, or what his name is yet. But I know. My red-headed beauty. The speaker. Also beautiful, but, possibly evil? Not sure. Also had a thing for her dad, I think. We'll find out.
You look just like your father did.
Okay, thanks for reaffirming what I just said. Oh. Did he know my father? How? Why? It's because I fucked. He's actually my Omega mother. That's what... No, I'm just kidding. No matter how much I thought about it, no answer came to me. Instead, I slowly drifted off to sleep to the sound of Fawn gently breathing.
Wake up.
I don't want to. Bro, I just got to sleep. Stop bugging me, God.
Quickly.
No.
Spreading. Awaken.
Spreading? Spreading what? My legs? My asshole? What's spreading?
Wake up.
Okay, maybe I will. I gotta see what the fuck's spreading. I blinked open my eyes and turned my head to the side.
Another strange dream.
We got the nips out and everything. Either they're getting less terrifying, or I'm slowly getting used to them. What a scary thought. If only I could understand what they were trying to tell me. Oh no. Something's kind of uncomfortable. Down there? Oh. It's way too warm. I feel like I'm burning up. Oh no, he's going into heat. Get your pheromone suppressors. It always goes back to Omegaverse for me. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just read a lot of Omegaverse manhwa, especially lately. But I like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God forgive me. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I love it. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I tried to kick the sheets off my legs to find that Fawn had wrapped himself up in them, and I didn't have any. Why is it so hot then? He was still asleep, a small crease in his brow. I wonder what he's dreaming about. He must be tired after everything that happened yesterday. I reached out and brushed a few strands of hair off his face. They were stuck to his forehead, which was drenched in sweat. Do we both have, like, fevers? What is going on? Two Omegas in heat. Oh my god. I glanced around the room. There was some kind of faint glowing shining through the floorboards. What? Is there a fire? Uh-oh. Surely it isn't morning already. When I looked towards the doorway, the sky was still dark.
What's that noise?
Uh-oh. Yep. Shit. Shit's on fire. Something's not right. I quickly slid out from beside Fawn and walked up to the door. My chest felt tight, and the air left my lungs.
No.
A wave of panic crept over me. The trees surrounding the house were engulfed in flames, and thick smoke billowed upwards towards the sky. The moon and stars were hidden. Actually, it wasn't just the surrounding trees that were alight. Flames licked at the bottom of Fawn's wooden floorboards. It wouldn't be long until the whole thing was aflame. I grabbed my clothes as fast as I could. We have to get out of here quickly. Not just quickly, but now.
Fawn, get up, quick!
I shook him until his eyes opened.
There's a fire! We need to get out of here, now!
Oh no, say goodbye to all your little treasures. Your little treasure trove. The heat was starting to make it difficult to breathe if we wait much longer. I grabbed my things while Fawn scrambled out of bed.
No.
Fawn stood completely still, staring at the ground. He made no effort to quicken his pace.
Fawn, we have to go! Right now! Like now!
Listen, I didn't do it on purpose.
Huh?
I didn't mean...
He was holding his head in his hands, staring at the ground. Even when I yelled at him to move, he stayed still. We have no time for this. I grabbed him by the hand and pulled him towards the doorway. He didn't resist, but he also didn't try to run with me, instead letting me drag him along. The rope to get down was already alight, so that was off the table.
Fawn, I want you to jump after me. Can you do that?
I looked over at him. He gave me a slight nod, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. Ruh-roh. I jumped first, barely clearing the flickering flames that were quickly covering the forest floor. Once I landed safely, I turned back towards Fawn, his arms outstretched without a second thought. But he didn't move.
Fawn, do you trust me?
Very Aladdin and Jasmine of me. Of us. He blinked a couple of times. First we got Snow White, and then his whole little treasure trove is a lot like The Little Mermaid, and now we got Aladdin. He's very Disney coded. He didn't say anything, he just jumped. I caught him in my arms quickly, and quickly set him down to the ground. We stood on the forest floor for a moment, still holding on to each other, and the reality of the situation started to sink in. I mean, something narratively had to happen to force, if not us, then both of us, out of that house and to, like, go somewhere else to, again, forward the narrative. So this doesn't surprise me. But what the hell lit the forest on fire? I followed Fawn's gaze up towards his treehouse. Who could have done this? He looked lost, but he didn't make a sound, nor did he cry as the flames began to engulf the entirety of his home. He just stared ahead, completely still. An unspoken sadness came from him, like his heart had broken into a million pieces.
Fawn! Fawn, come on, please! We need to go! It isn't safe here!
Wait, I feel like I've seen a screenshot.
There's 2 of them.
Hello? Who said that? Excuse me?
Shouldn't it be only 1? I didn't hear anything about 2.
Who the fuck are you guys? Is that a voice? My ears perked up at the sound of talking. Someone else is here. I couldn't work out which direction the voice was coming from through the crackling and popping of the flames. I tightened my grip on Fawn's arm. He's still just staring. The smoke was beginning to get thicker, and the longer we stood there, the harder it was to see. It's getting pretty difficult to breathe.
Where's our other guy? I've lost visuals on him. Nothing good ever comes from working with the likes of him anyway.
Are they talking about Leos? Jonah Scott? There's more than one of them. This is bad. If I can't get Fawn to move now, we'll either be cooked alive or found by whoever is looking for us.
Fawn, listen to me. I think whoever caused this fire is still here. We really have to go, now.
I didn't.
I grabbed his shoulders and turned him to face me.
Please, Fawn.
Okay.
I gave his arm a little pull, and this time he followed behind me easily, but his eyes were empty. He didn't say another word. The falling embers were lighting the grass around us on fire faster and faster. Every direction was getting completely engulfed. If we don't find a way quickly... Thank the gods it isn't windy out. Yeah, we already took care of wind. And then we got water. And now we got fire. Earth is next. We had only made it a short distance before Fawn came to a halt.
What's wrong?
There, to the left.
The left? My eyes followed his in the same direction. I could see 2 figures in the distance, approaching Fawn's home. It doesn't look like they've seen us yet. It seems like they're looking around the burning shrubs, searching. They must be looking for us. Fawn's house looked ready to collapse, and the fire still burned as strong, if not stronger, than before. Yet they still searched. We need to be as far away from them, or from this, as possible right now. Risking their lives like that, are we that important to them? Oh, there's my boy.
Shouldn't you 2 be running?
Eh, my boy. Thank God you're back. Also, hot? Hello? I'll move forward after we get the full, like, camera pan up. I just want to look at him. There he is. My man. Ugh. Gorgeous. Who? Another voice, different from the ones I heard earlier, shot out between the sounds of crackling fire. While Fawn and I were preoccupied with watching the other 2, we didn't notice another coming from the right of the tree line. The 3rd person came into view. He was close enough that if I took a couple steps forward, I'd be able to touch him. Oh, why don't you? Let's touch him. My first thought was to ask for help, but a tug on my hand stopped me in my tracks.
Wait. He's armed.
He's got a kunai and a whip. My boy is kinky.
Ah, you noticed.
Ah, I also noticed your voice. The man chuckled faintly. In his hand, what is that? It looked like some kind of rope. That's the least of our worries by the looks of it. In his other hand, he held a dagger. This is dangerous. I think we should...
You know, it was way too easy to follow you out here. You don't exactly try and cover up your tracks, do you?
Yes, I'm at this part, whatever this part is. I just like it because he's in it.
If I was in your shoes, that would be the first thing I'd do.
Well, I'm an idiot. What the fuck do I know about hiding my tracks? I can see why you'd probably feel that way. Am I gonna feel that way? Probably not. Because I'm problematic. I'm a toxic bitch. Or I like the toxic bitches.
Guess we can't all be as wise as me, though.
Plus, I mean, when they got Jonah Scott's voice, I mean, okay, be toxic to me. Sure, why not? I'll put up with it. Until you eventually have your redemption arc or you, I don't know, grow as a character. Follow? Vaughn pulled in my hand again until I was standing directly behind him, placing himself between us.
When they told me I'd be tracking some guy out into the forest, I was a little worried. But you know what?
What?
The thrill of catching you here is worth it.
The chompers. He took a step forward, or towards Fawn and I. I flinched. A cold shiver ran down my back. I could feel myself covered in sweat. I was a little horny, but also scared. Have I heard that voice before? I mean, yes, you have, narratively speaking, in the story, but I have also definitely heard that voice before, as I have made abundantly clear. I searched desperately through the thick smoke. He was tall and slender, but most of his figure was obscured. Red. Red hair? The only thing I could make out on his face was a sly grin. I could hear Fawn whispering to me, desperation in his voice.
Rain, we need to run the...
A loud creaking sound came from behind as the first part of Fawn's house began to crumble to the forest floor. The other two men were still at the base of the tree, but the debris just missed them. They continued their search, oblivious to what was happening over here. Fawn tightened his grip on my hand. I wouldn't be surprised if it bruised later.
Fawn, I think that could be...
There he is. Oh. Time for marshmallows?
Rain. Rain.
Get involved in some unfortunate arson. Okay. And now it's calling me by my name.
Safety. Find him.
Okay.
Go. Far from here.
Yeah. No duh. Where am I? I'm on the ground. Why? The fire? That man? Fawn. Fawn!
Fawn!
Rain.
Oh, he's right there. Okay, cool. When I sat up, the world spun around me. The world around me span. Jesus Christ, brain. Now you're inventing sentences. Fawn was sprawled out on the ground, not far from me. I crawled over to him. He didn't look hurt, but he seemed pretty out of it.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I just... what? Where am I?
Good question.
What just happened?
Also good question. He seemed a little confused, but I couldn't blame him. I'm confused too. I just hope he didn't hit his head. I checked over his body thoroughly. He has a few scrapes, but it doesn't look like he's bleeding. Phew. Slowly, I glanced back towards Fawn's house. Well, where it used to be, but now it's just a mountain of debris. What happened, though? What exactly just happened? Yeah, exactly. It was falling, but then... all I remember is a loud bang.
I think it exploded. Did you have something explosive in there?
I mean, probably. He's always collecting trash, so... The ground and trees around us were lightly charred, but the worst of the flames had gone down. Only embers were left sizzling on the ground. My throat felt hoarse from the smoke. I wish we had something to drink. Everything that Fawn had is gone. Everything he owned. collected, loved.
I'm so sorry.
But what am I meant to do now?
Oh, poor baby.
This is all my fault.
Why do you think that?
I'm being punished.
For what?
It's not. Those people.
What's left for me now?
You can always rebuild. Always find more stuff. This question hung in the air, lingering. I don't know what I can say to him. What can you say to someone that's lost everything? I don't know, but I'm going to save right here. Right there. Yes. Okay. And we're going to move on to the next one because we've been at this for 10 hours and I would like to get to the next game. Also, I feel like this is a good place. And there's an ad break happening, so it's a good time to switch over games. So, yes. Get my Steam guide closed. Profile. Clues. Okay. Bewitching Sinners.